I hope it took him there. Are we live? Yes, we are. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to have an interesting day on our hands. It's been already a wild week. We're talking like what? Almost 5-6% from the bottom. People literally recycling old news and rumors of rumors and all these different things. But all of a sudden now, we barely moved. So this is what we talked about yesterday on the watch list, even live. Today might either be a burn one, or we'll see. Do we get to the danger zone on either the high or the low? So we've already gone over the news. You heard a little things about China and a couple of others. No real bad earnings, even though it's been earnings season. You've had a couple bad ones, but nothing that's like, oh my gosh, we're worried about the economy because earnings. You know that you saw a lot of that in 2022, but not this time around. So we'll see how it all plays out. But in the meantime, we got 1.5 minutes till the bell. I'm going to be watching Whirlpool, Boeing, IBM, Toyota, Zena, CEP, and GLD. Those are going to be my plays I'll look at. I'm not going to force anything. I do think individuals might be better than the index. But, my friends, you are here right now, and we got a little bit of time. What is your first play of the day? Let's go, Chad. What do you got for me? Yalla! China. Apple, Tesla calls, Soxel, NVIDIA, Baba puts, long-term Meta puts, Spy puts, NVIDIA, Whirlpool calls, good morning, Spy calls, NVIDIA, KRE, looking at Dash, NVIDIA call, NVIDIA put, Google, Intel put, Brew calls, Tesla calls on the beach, like the video, JD34 call, TSM calls, like the video, you don't need to like the video, now calls, BB, let's go, oh, I gotta ban you, bro, I gotta ban you. You got to ban. He don't know. You see, it's been a while since I had to ban a motherfucker off the morning because members, you know what I'm saying? You'll learn, though. You'll figure it out. Bag Brigade, what up, baby? Austin, QQQ, watch it, IBM, hold the long-term Bitcoin, IWM, VIX, AMD, TLT under 90, TXN put, IWM, SQQ in the final place. Tesla calls, Spy calls, sitting on my hood calls. And Walmart calls. Let's go, baby. Let's go. 23 seconds. We got it out the way. Again, speed. The speed is what we're looking for. And then be on the lookout for just a random rumor that even then they'll blame it on Trump. So don't worry. And then did you hear that lobbyist comment? That guy, there was a lobbyist who was, if you read the news. Round one. Fight. All right, baby. Let's make it count. Let's make it count. All right, big spreads. Oh, I forgot about those decks. Yeah, those, we sold them yesterday. I got one of them left. Oh, my goodness. So, yeah, watch all these earnings, though. The post earnings, again, I think IBM, and there was another big one. Let's see. TXN. That was the other one. I don't know. Usually TXN does not hold. That's why I think this is actually kind of big for them. So if that keeps going up, you'll be good. But big curve. TXN options aren't open yet. So what's the other one? Oh, yeah. Whirlpool. And then Zena. That's the drone one. Whirlpool's not open. Zena is the one with the FAA and the drones. Let's see. I'm trying to get another one. Yeah, tell me when Whirlpool and the other ones open up. They're not open yet. I have an idea, but this one's scammy. No, we'll pass that for now. Whirlpool open, good. Again, TXN 2. Let me know when that one opens up. I'm just going to shop. I don't know. I'll tell you if I take anything, but yeah, TXN, that's on the low. Yeah, my charts are tweaking out again. Intel, again, the workforce reduction news from yesterday. That was a recent driver. Well, are you sure Whirlpool's open? Mine's not trading. I do not have a Whirlpool chain. TXN, Whirlpool's still up to... All right, I see one just went through. Damn, maybe nobody likes this thing. Is it May? Oh, they almost scammed me. Be careful. Dude, I was about to do a limit order and then the fucking hash just... Or a market order and it just fucking tripled. Thank God. All right. All right, I found a Whirlpool. I grabbed one. Not a recommendation. Oh, wait. Alrighty, Intel on the low. Yeah, Whirlpool barely moved though. I want to see winners and losers. Keep this why I put less than 100 total, so it's not that expensive. I wouldn't get too crazy here. Like I'm saying, we got to figure out if today's actually going to move. But for now, that bad situation I told you guys about where we just don't move, I mean, look around. Tesla's going. I don't know where that other play is. Oh, where's Toyota as well? I wish those old Reddits would come back. Oh, CMG, I forgot about that too. The Teslas are still up from yesterday, believe it or not. 15%. So those are holding. MTN on the high. We talked about that. Speaking of which, where's long term? Our recent pickups, they're chilling. Yeah, there could be. I mean, I don't think just because now I would be careful about the sympathies because this earnings season has been if you do good, you get rewarded. But if not, you're going to get punished. So just because your peer did good, I don't think you're going to get the same feedback. Got 100 shares of SPY. Good luck. AXP on the high. Who's the other one? It was IBM. IBM moved a decent amount. Actually, let's see. Because remember, that was the one I was telling you I liked. CEP on the high. I think Google is today, yes, after the bell. Yeah, IBM kind of got washed. You got 30 cents, 30% on the puts. Yeah, both ways would have failed. Trump Truth Social about Harvard being anti-Semitic. Palantir going. Again, SPY near the low, but NASDAQ's actually green. Russell just flipped red literally right now. SPY's barely red. Intel's on the high, but yeah, man, still very, very small range. No big gap up. No crazy cash open move. I mean, we're just still right near the close. Oh, that other one. I don't, man. BLV. What up, baby? MCHP microchip. Weren't they like a behemoth back in the day? I think it's decent. I don't know much about them, but I mean, I don't think that one has a premium last time I checked. I need to find it for you. I'm telling the stream alerts. There's a play. I think it's a scam, you guys. I think it's like a scam, but it's gonna go up, if that makes any sense. I don't know. Somebody brought it up yesterday, and then I read about it, and I'm like, dude, you're kidding me. So I don't know if you want to hear it, but or maybe no. I'll just hold. We'll talk about it in a little bit. But that one, just be careful. If you got this stream alert, I just keep that one on watch because you're gonna start hearing about that soon. Okay, Spy's just holding up. Let's hear it. No, I had flashbacks. I had flashbacks of me explaining it, and then 10 minutes, someone's going to say something. I'm going to be like, see? So I'll just, I stream alerted it, though. So watch out for that, and maybe we'll talk about it later when it cools down. Sweet greens. Talked about them. Again, Spy just dancing around. Apple on the low. 0.7. Again, NASDAQ's green, actually. And Russell and Spy. Am I doing nothing? FI, Fiserv. Service now breaking out. That's good for earnings. I don't know. Will we find a play? That thing is just expensive. Yeah, bro. Service now is running. I don't think there's a such thing as a cheap play on that stock, but you never know. Oh, that's not bad. What? White House close to a deal with India. You know, dude, they're meeting today, even Japan. And we still haven't heard anything. We've had that all week. And then Spy's starting to break out a little bit. Fox business correspondent, people inside the White House are alerting Wall Street execs they're nearing an agreement in principle and trade on India. Okay, that's your first trade rumor for the day. No details on timing. Recall there have been before with Japan. Only have the goalposts changed and terms are negotiated. But if this holds, the India deal will be envisioned, will include agreed upon goals and issues addressed. My sources add officials Scott Bessent had no comment but would not deny the matter. Story developing. All right, so your first trade, again, you remember, all of these, you guys have to be careful. What's really going to happen? We get a rumor. It reacts a little bit. And then that's Gasparino. He's a liar. But if you're going to get the rumor, people react a little bit. Everyone's going to blame Donald Trump or a Democrat, whichever your political ideology is. And then they're going to walk it back or water it down. And then that'll be like 3 or 4 hours. And then you're going to have to deal with whatever the next random thing Trump says or whatever. And then rinse and repeat. All right? MRK. Yeah, dude. MRK had something with Keytruda. And then, look at, what's it called? Your boy Netflix. Bro, Netflix is at a 52-week high? Habibi. What is this, man? running. Charter on the high. High ticker's actually kind of running. We have only been here for 12 minutes. Honeywell's on the high. That's a U.S. manufacturer too, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Whirlpool faded. That one sucked. So yeah, Whirlpool got no love. MP. Oh, what was the other one? And then NVIDIA on the high. FCX. Oh, they did decent. These were your material ones from yesterday. The Whirlpools, they went up for a little bit. Actually, they're the same fucking price. What? Oh, dude. Yo. Bro. Dude, the Whirlpool are the same exact price. I'm actually up on it. On one of them, I got filled half at like half price, and the other half got filled on the ask when I did it. But dude, the premiums are the same exact price. Stock dropped like 2.5%. So yeah, be careful. But that could be good. That means we might have something in store, or the first pop, that's going to kill the premium. Hear me out. So if the premium is still green when the stock went down, it's going to bounce, and then on the bounce, the premium's not going to go up, and then it'll dump, and then they'll wash the premium. That's how it works if you're unfamiliar. Pfizer wig down. ServiceNow, keep your eyes out for that one. I sent one out for the stream alerts. There's a ServiceNow that might be a frogger. If you know what a frogger is. So you don't have to jump on it now. The whole idea is waiting, but keep your eyes out. Futures are cooking. Just be careful. It's tiny right now. Remember, we were moving 4%. By this time yesterday, we were getting rumors. We were up 4.5%. The other day, we were up 2.5%. So we're still the speed is very low. ARM. The video 104. See, you might be able to frog that one we sold yesterday. Existing home sales. I don't. I mean, do you remember yesterday's real estate data? So market is still kind of in tantrum mode. I don't think they really care about the hard data, sadly. But yesterday you had really good real estate data. It was actually a blowout. So, but again, there wasn't really any sort of reaction. Yeah. I'm down. Oh, whoa. Yo, look at bonds. The fuck just happened? You got a spy pop and bond just kind of went vertical. That's real too, yeah. Oh, I bought the wrong contract. Oh, I'm a dickhead. Oh, I thought I got a great deal. I was like, yeah, that's fire. It was not fire. Oh, yeah, you're just like running. Is there a headline again? The only thing is India. You guys realize that, right? China and Switzerland free trade negotiations. Hot dog. So get ready if that's the second one. I don't see that one yet. We only had the Indian one. Yeah, someone's already saying that's fake, but be careful. Yeah, just be careful on all of it, but it could be the India thing. Is that the right one? Yeah. China foreign minister in meeting with Swiss counterpart. China and Switzerland should jointly respond to anti-globalization challenges. So there is something there. But it's not positive. It's saying China and Swiss together. All right, well, that Frogger kind of is, it's already went up. It's already up 60. Damn. Okay, well, I grabbed the wrong play, damn it. So I grabbed a service now because I grabbed the wrong fucking play. Yeah, that's crazy. So yeah, I have a wicked. Is that for May though? I guess I'll tell you it, but I bought the wrong one. Yeah, they said two sides should speed up negotiations on upgrade of free trade agreement. Tree on the high. Oracle. Microsoft. Broadcom now, too. All right. Well, again, that bond thing was weird. We did have, again, we stream alerted it. You guys were here, too. You had a India rumor. Then we just heard China and Switzerland, but that one's kind of a little more bearish, but still been going up. It probably none of this has moved 1% yet. So, and then you got those earnings winners, and then it's leaving you in this weird state, more or less. Yeah, wheat stocks are up 10%. Jeez. NVIDIA was fire. Micron, too. Some of you guys were hitting that yesterday. It's up 2.5. Because it's fake news. No, it's not. So you said that the first time, and I read it out loud because I didn't see anything. And then we got the news coming in, and we confirmed it. So are you going to keep playing that, or should I just ban you now? We could make this simple. So, but there is China, Switzerland headlines. That is coming in now. Really? Yes, I know. MRK up. Again, there's something about Keytruda in like a court case. Only down 2. It's not bad. It is not bad. What? Why don't they let this one? Oh, the SoFis are still up. I forgot about that one. URI, CRM, Salesforce. That one's just straight up. Bro, tech is doing really good today. Am I tripping or what? I'll give you guys a checkup here. It's not even been 30 minutes, but I feel like after some of these earnings, I'm watching a lot of tech names just go straight up right now. Even though it doesn't feel like we're moving, I feel like you got a lot. Yeah, Whirlpool, pop. Whirlpool's weird. I'm telling you, those premiums should have died, but they're up. So they're either going to scam you on the pop and come down, or the premiums are saying that there's actually something brewing. But yeah, they haven't moved. Ho ho! That's what's brewing! The peach, baby! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Friday Jr. and Bradley Frizzle and the peach. Oh my goodness. Horna! And Gene, baby! Good morning. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, what's up, Amy? Greer and Vietnam counterpart agreed to work towards trade. So that's trade Greer in Vietnam. We heard that, I think, yesterday, too. So I don't know if that's new or not, but yeah. And good morning, my friends. Good morning. Oh, yeah, the Boeing. I forgot the Boeing. That's any time I play Boeing, it worked. Success dying, the Swiss franc. All right, man. Well, we're still melting up. It's good. NASDAQ's about to go 1%. Still kind of low. There's HD. Boeing's getting a candle on the peach. All is well. Those Teslas came back down. So remember that bottom tick on Tesla. Stock is in the morning. They were green. Same price. Now they have gone break even. Then TSM on the high. Again, chips. But look at fucking Boeing! Bro! Bradley Frizz. Oh! What? Look! Oh. Stop it. Stop it. I'm doing it, bro. I don't care. Procter Gamble on the low. They had bad earnings. AMD. Yeah, they're going up. If you ish. It's in honor of the peach. Okay, look at this SPY just slowly. Like I'm saying, CRM, Broadcom. Start pulling up rand now. I think ServiceNow is what caused a lot of it. And then some of the other ones. But yeah, literally tech is doing really good right now. Again, you've heard Greer, you've heard a little bit on trade. We've heard the India thing. You've heard an unrelated trade deal with China, or not even a deal, just talks with China and Switzerland. And now you just heard about Trade Representative Greer in Vietnam. Meanwhile, all the tech earnings have been kind of running it up so far. Very interesting. AMD, I keep seeing that one. Yeah, you'll get existing home sales. It might move us, but just remember yesterday, new home sales like tripled. Or it like doubled the expectation, and most people just didn't really react. Again, hard data is going through the roof, actually. So again, PMIs, surveys, and surveys are dropping, but the hard data has actually increased at every moment. Oh, I have another one to show you too. Yeah, Greer met with Vietnamese counterpart, had productive virtual meeting statement. That's coming out now. I don't know what that bond move was. It kind of correlated. We heard a couple headlines, but I have no idea. LRCX still up there. TRGM on the high and Ford, actually. So remember, we were hearing all of the auto exemption stuff last night after the bell. Watch out for that, just in case we hear something on it. I mean, people were they were willing to take that thing up fucking 7% in a second off of that. And then SPY's still dancing around here. Netflix did slip a little bit, but high ticker is fully gassed. Coin, it could be. I like crypto. I like the crypto plays. I got a loss on a crypto play from yesterday. I didn't pay attention to it and it faded. But I like the crypto idea. Crypto is one of the only risk-ons right now that's like holding. Risk-on, not we're buying it because we're scared. But like you could, but it's holding up for many reasons. FI on the low. That one keeps flushing. That's down 16. SPY on the high. Again, NASDAQ over 1. Dow just flipped green. Barely. Russell's still right below it or right behind it, and then SPY. But tech is the leader, guys. I'm telling you, with the earnings service, that ServiceNow frog too. So again, I may not have told you the exact one, but the concept should have helped you there. If I have SPY calls and you ghetto spread to get the money back $2 above, does that mean your max gain is $200? Yes. And the premium you collected. So add that, but yes, exactly. Trump to meet president of Norway at 12:05. That's big. Pop quiz. Why would Norway be important? Why would especially for you stock traders, why would Norway be important? Pop quiz, mother. Not shipping, not NVO. There it is. Because of their sovereign wealth fund. They buy a shit ton of U.S. stocks. I think they have 1.7 trillion, I believe. So yeah, they buy the dip in U.S. So yeah, they're big on the whole take money and invest in assets. Okay, service now. Well, there you go. Everything ripped. Like I told you, those contracts all frogged. Literally, right when I tell you they hit the frog, they all just fucking red. But yeah, those are just like doubled up. But GG's. So much for moving slow. What do you mean? This is your day today. So far. Even with pre-market. So it's pretty slow still. Yeah, man, you're barely above 1%. No other index except the NASDAQ is up 1. Yeah, it's going just straight up. That might be what you're trying to express, but it's still very slow. And then wait, because if we get the first pullback, we're going to hate it. And then remember the danger zone to the upside. Dude, those SoFis. You know, well, the contract just frog. That might be a double dip, but if it fades from there, it's over. Amazon running? Yo, why is Amazon getting candles like that? What the hell? ECB Holman says rate cuts, wait for more certainty. Take eyes on Amazon right now. That one's weird. That shouldn't move like that. Existing home sales, 4.02. Estimate was 4.1. So they came down 5.9 versus estimate of 3. So see if the bonds drop off that. But like I said yesterday, we kind of ignored the hard data. So I'm not looking too much. But that is interesting. Brand new homes sold a lot more. But then existing homes not as much. But it's still 4 million units. But yeah, watch Amazon. That one keeps moving. Yeah, bro, look at the volume now. I don't know if that's real, though. If it's fake, yeah, it's fake. I hate you, trade. KRE. It's one way, though. You're just going straight up. It's lit. All right, would you guys like a checkup? Is that? Oh, I have a chart to show you guys, too. Oh, fuck. Hold on. Okay. U.S.? What's this? Oh, yo, I think I just found a new source. Oh, nice. Let me play with this. Because I hit the wrong button, but now I got something. All right, we'll talk about it on the watch list. Katos. Yo, those defense names are moving up. Or like the drone. Now, Tesla. Bro, what is this? Roku, Tesla, pop. Tesla, decent candle. And then Fed Waller is being interviewed by Mr. McKee.
A short time ago,
he's a Republican,
tariffs are the elephant in
so he's going to sound bullish for Trump policy.
Only gotten bigger. You told me you were in St. Louis yesterday. For
yeah, bro, look at Tesla, pop,
which is supposed to be about your framework review, and all anybody wanted to talk about was tariffs.
Yeah, that's pretty much the talk of the town. It's kind of hard not to talk about the economy without having to address it.
Well, the Beige Book yesterday addressed it.
Okay, well, you got 300 names green on the SPY, 199 in the red, Dow Jones 16 green, 14 red, and then NASDAQ 76 green, 25 in the red. So everything's like 50-50, slight tilt bullish, and then tech is the leader.
Stepping back and just sitting on the sidelines?
Yeah, I mean, that's the general tone of every person I've talked to out in the private sector, is that they're just kind of frozen by what's going to happen with tariffs. And so CapEx, everything has just come to a stop. It doesn't mean it won't happen later when there's a little more clarity, but it has actually just stopped. If the tariffs, the large tariffs, had stayed on or come back on, then firms are trying to figure out how they're going to absorb some of that cost. And the minute they do that, they're looking at other ways to cut costs, and labor is obviously one way they do that. So it wouldn't surprise me that you might start seeing more layoffs, a tick up in the unemployment rate going forward, if the big tariffs in particular come back on. The smaller tariff world of 10 to 12%, most of the firms I talk to, they figure out they can deal with it. They kind of often give me this kind of formula. Our suppliers will eat a third of it, we'll eat a third of it, and we'll pass a third of it on to consumers. So if you're talking about a 10 to 12% tariff, it's not a big price hit to the consumers if that's all they pass through.
But economics tells us that tariffs in general are not good. So even if we get the smaller tariffs, does that still leave business on the sidelines and growth prospects lower?
Well, if it is a tax.
Oh, shit, I was muted. Yeah, I'll show you the chart after this.
But however, I've always tried to tell
again,
people
like I
that,
told you, he's going to
given the
sound
fiscal
supportive,
situation
but
we're in, we need to get some better control of the budget deficit.
Listen to what I told you guys when this man came on. I told you, he leans Republican. He is going to sound more favorable towards policy, right? But hear me out. I don't care if the bonds move off of it. I'm telling you, Republican or Democrat, these Fed people don't matter anymore. All that matters is Powell. You get what I'm saying? I don't want to. So even if it has a Republican leaning, you're like, oh, that'll help. No, they're all really, again, what's going to end up happening? They're all going to tie, just like back in the day. If you're not familiar with history, it's always going to come down to the tiebreaker, which is Jerome Powell. So I think we had a couple years where we paid attention to these guys, but now it's just different now with everything going on. So I'm taking it with a grain of salt. So you might have got a bond action, but be careful, and we'll see.
CapEx and things like that have just been put off to the side. So you'll probably see some softening in the data, but you're probably not likely to see anything dramatic happen before we get a better decision from the administration what they're going to do with the big tariff package that they initially proposed on April 2nd.
Well, what will we see first? A big rise in inflation or a slowdown in growth, perhaps epitomized by the unemployment rate?
I think you could see both of them almost happen at the same time, just in the sense that, like I said, that firms have to make a decision right away to pass through. Now, they have a lot of firms told me they have price contracts, so they're protected for a little while until they have to renegotiate those price contracts. But they're all anticipating, if particularly the bigger tariffs, they're all anticipating they're going to have to cut costs.
VIX is starting to die.
And the easiest thing to do
Why Chad saying Intel?
65 to 70% of their costs is labor, to start shedding some labor. So you might see layoffs
going up,
happen
but
about the same time you start
you're just
seeing
excited.
prices,
Yeah, it's going, but
that it's going to be one first.
I was expecting a buyout candle, Armando.
Both happen roughly at the same time, or very close together.
I assume that we're not going to see any move from the Fed on May 7th, but when would you have enough data, you think, to be able to make a decision one way or another on whether you need to move rates?
Well, as I was saying, the president's put off any decision on the large tariff world that was proposed on April 2nd until July. So all you're going to see probably till July is whatever the existing tariffs are in place. And as I said, I don't think you're going to see enough happen in the real data in the next couple of months until you get past July. When you get to the second half of the year, I think we'll start having better ideas what's going to happen with the tariff world that the administration's considering. And by then you'll start seeing more in the form of tariff price pass-through and also stuff on the real side.
Arm on the high.
It's not like you're not going to see anything on the real side because of all the uncertainty in terms of freezing decisions.
Oh, and on the high.
Well, let's put some parameters.
Bro, all the semis are going
thinking.
crazy.
On the employment mandate side, what level of unemployment would bother you?
Well, it's more the speed at which it would start going up. I mean, if it just ticked up 1/10, ticked up 1/10, ticked up 1/10, kind of like what we saw last year, it would be concerning, but it wouldn't be a big problem. But if it starts going up 2/10, 0.3 a month, then that's going to happen because you're seeing layoffs starting to take off.
Tesla again.
Kind of a good spot. It's not like 2022 where you could reduce vacancies. Now,
see, bro, there's a lot of runners now, and then China's starting to play along.
So you'll see employment start to.
So Baba's going green right now.
So I'm more concerned about the speed at which the unemployment rate.
But dude, this isn't like.
And if there's a big reaction, a big tariff.
Bro, look, it feels like you're going full gas, just straight up. But like, like I'm telling you guys, we've moved 1.5% just like randomly, like 3 times yesterday. So it's still like, it feels like a lot of things, and I do think chips are outperforming right now, and you do have tech really leading, but yeah, I don't feel
future. That would be that kind of a big shock.
Still something's
so
up.
It's not so much the SOM rule as the fact that the SOM rule is really always picking up some big shock to the economy, and the big tariff regime, as
just different than the last couple of days. That's a great way to put it.
Well, on the inflation mandate side,
that's all. Just think about it. The last 3 days of this week traded at a way different velocity. So you're going up right now, melt up, but the velocity is a lot lower.
Volatility and inflation.
Okay, look at bonds catching a bid.
Yeah,
a big bid.
The struggle for me for the last basically 18 months is that inflation progress to our 2% goal has been this kind of seesaw. You're making progress going down, but then you get a couple of bad months, and it comes back down, and it's just slower than I ever thought it would have been, say, in December of 23. But the tariffs are a one-time. I still strongly believe, just the economics tells me that the tariffs are a one-time price level effect that's going to pass through. Now, it's one-time level doesn't mean it's small or big. It's just a one-time. So I still think even if it was fairly large, you would see a one-time price level effect. The demand slowdown would offset some of that. As consumers back off, employment goes down, unemployment rises, wealth continues, financial wealth declines, you will see demand effects from that. That'll put downward pressure on inflation. So it may not be as high.
Oh, shit, you guys.
But
no. You need 545. Oh, I was like, wait a minute. We might be at the level.
Take some courage.
You still got a lot. You got 5 more points, dog.
Tariff increases and prices with the belief that they are transitory. I'm not going to lie that we all have 2021 in our minds when we think about how we go forward.
Yeah, I got out of those Bradley Frizzle Boeings. Thank you, Bradley.
The question is, what
it
are
worked.
the things that will cause this inflation to persist through the initial tariff increses? And I
have a shitty Service Now play. The other one I told you, that one already frogged, and now it's chilling out. But I don't like this one. But I got one. I don't know if you want
to cut rates because you expect that tariffs and the higher inflation will come down because of the demand effect?
See, I'm willing to look through whatever tariff price effects there are.
Jake from State Farm.
I'm not going to overreact to any increase in inflation.
What do we get, Jake? We need a stock for Mr. State Farm.
If I see a significant drop in the labor market,
man.
side of the mandate, I think is
good morning, baby. Look at bonds. They're going that little 3 minutes right there. And now you're getting your first little red from this melt up.
Once I start seeing some serious deterioration in the labor market.
Now, some people looked at your speech last week and said, Chris Waller's on the opposite side of all this from Chair Powell. Do you think there's division on the Open Market Committee about what should be done?
Well, that's the beauty of not having groupthink. People have different views about how the economy is evolving and how policies should be done. I think that's actually a healthy thing. As far as I've heard exactly that comment that Waller's outside of consensus, away from the chair, and I've had other people tell me I didn't really hear much different from what the chair said 2 days later. So this is always a funny thing about communication. I can say something and people perceive it one way to the left or they perceive it the other way to the right. So how people receive what I say is not always one clear vision of what it is. So I'll leave it up to people to decide whether there's a difference between the chair and I. But all I can do is say what my views are, and I've tried to be very clear what they are.
A lot of people are
IBM waking up now.
At this point that,
they were down 8. They're only down 5 now. See if that could actually come up.
The tariffs could change at any moment. Would you be reluctant to move rates not knowing that you've got any certainty about what's going to be happening?
Well, like I said, what we're going to look at is the data. I mean, that's how we always determine.
But does that leave you behind the curve?
There's always that risk. You're looking at these things like, if is inflation going to get worse, is unemployment going to get worse, and it's a balancing act to make that decision. Hopefully you're not late. And I think that's what I said, if I saw enough movement in the unemployment rate to make me think that things were going bad or or growth prospects started tanking, or consumer spending started really going down, then I'd be ready to go. I wouldn't be sitting here waiting to determine whether the inflation is transitory or not. It's time to worry about the real side of the economy.
I like Target. I got to see that payout ratio, but Target is
Fed
decent.
independence, because it's obviously the other elephant in the room these days. Will the president backing off of his comments on firing Jay Powell make it a little bit easier for you all to do your job?
Well, I try to ignore all this stuff and just focus on the data and focus on doing my job. That's what I try to do every day. Criticism of what we do, that's the job. If you don't like being criticized, don't take the job. And the president's free to say whatever they want to policy, just like anybody else. But central bank independence, as we saw, I think, on Monday, is critical to the well-functioning of the U.S. economy. It has served us well. It allows us to do things in a non-political way. And it's something I worked on in my academic life, research-wise, for 20 years about the value.
IBM earnings are just
I don't think there's ever
mediocre. They were a little bit better, but then there's things like margin and other stuff that were a little tight.
Ad hominem attacks like we've seen on the chair make it harder for
IBM, they got a 270 for 1 cent.
Does the job itself?
I like me them plays.
I think it's up
Good
to
luck with that. I like that,
it's
though.
up to the person that's in the chair. You take the job.
I mean, I'm not
knowing you're gonna be
opposed to Target for the
criticized
long
from
term. I don't think
markets,
it's
from
bad.
Fed
And then if you have a lot of cash, I mean, it sucks it was a little lower, but yeah, this isn't a.
Don't take the job.
It's attractive.
So it's really
Same
gonna be
thing
a
with
question of
Whirlpool
whoever
and a
the
couple
chair
of
is.
other
So they
names
gotta
out
come
there.
in and keep the tradition of central bank independence, making policy in a non-political way.
Look at, they're
To me,
all
that's
pinned
critical
at
for
the
whatever
bottom, bro.
Whoever the next
Kind of
chair is.
crazy.
Chris Waller, thank you very much for
Chris
your time
Waller.
this morning. We'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, our thanks to Michael McKee, sitting down with Fed Governor Chris Waller. A great conversation ahead of the quiet period.
I wanted to
ahead
go
of
to
the
the.
Fed's
Oh, yeah.
quiet period ahead of the May meeting.
Blackout period. She said it. That's it. She said quiet period twice. I forgot about that. Dude, we have the Fed coming up. Do you guys know that? That's why I'm tripping. I think the Fed is next week. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Because, yeah, you're about to have the blackout period, or I guess 2 weeks. Yeah, May 6th, May 7th. But that's really soon. Remember, isn't that crazy, you guys? I don't know. I don't want to mess with you right now. But can I remind you guys, Tesla's ripping. Hold on. No, it's not ripping as much. See, that's how you know today's really slow. Because look, you see it print the whole entire high ticker, and it's only up $1. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm even correcting myself because I'm looking, I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'm like, dude, but it's good volume. It's going up, but this isn't like, yeah, it's kind of deceptive. Small rip, baby. It look like a plane, but it's not a plane. It's an optical illusion. Is that how you say optic illusion? It look like an optical illusion. Dude, tech is killing it today. It's actually like shocking. That was one yesterday. You had like every premium go up. If you had anything with a chip, I'm pretty sure they all are green right now. Yo, those SoFis keep climbing. It's good for you, SoFi. Abivai Rip. Yeah, they're waking up here. There's one. That's Service Now. It's very weird. Josh, a big thumbs up. Hey, man, just get a long term. That's all we need. And yeah, man, and don't be afraid. Again, you guys, you've watched me in the long term. Even then, I don't have a lot of cash, and I wanted to build up cash. But for those of you who have a lot of cash, this is you have a little mini opportunity to get at least something, baby. Morgan Stanley is selling the remaining $1.2 billion of X loans off of their books. Google is today. Yeah, and they're a little bit earlier. And SPY coming down a little bit. we're not past it's 5:45. I was at 5:40 and I got jumpy. I was like, oh my gosh, we're there. But I was like, no, it's 5:45. But so that's like the danger zone to the upside. Because like I'm telling you, this, make no mistake, I think the market is still in tantrum mode. This is what we talked about on the watch list yesterday. Because it's there. U.S. officials say Michael Anton to lead technical talks with Iran. But just if you get to the upside and then get smashed back down, but if we move up too fast, it could get uncomfortable. Like, that's the irony of all of this. IBM, it's still working up, but it's going small. ABVI, that's there. Again, the high-low ticker, it might look like there's a lot, but the moves may be smaller. And again, NASDAQ is leading. Everything else is about 50-50. So it's not really like half the names are green, half the names are red. Oh, yeah. I have a chart. All right, you guys ready? I guess I don't know if this is good news or bad news. But this chart is showing you institutions positioned in futures. So again, even then, some of you are even asking, why don't you trade futures? Yibbity bobbity boom. And I've told you guys, the range, you got to be careful. And again, we've been hitting these cheap-ass options very, very well. But also, that's why I say I don't know if this is good or bad. When we got into futures, this is when look at the positioning. So big banks and institutions were positioned like it was COVID when we started getting into it. And then it boomed, hit a new high out of nowhere. And then now people have been deleveraging all year. But you still have, so you have way more futures positioning than the last couple years, but then it is on the fall. And this is by banks, big institutions that are speculating on them. But yeah, that kind of highlights this whole broader deleveraging theme you've heard about. Eli Lilly on the high. Watch if XLV, but SPY going up. SW. Oh, Mike, dude, this is, well, ain't that something? Walmart's even going up. All right. So, guys, what do you want to do? I have an idea. Would you guys like me to share it with you? It's not a stock. It kind of relates to the stock, but I have something to tell you. I kind of want to change one of the rules. Because some of you have been here for so long, and the urge to flex, you cannot contain it. And I feel bad banning all of you. Okay? Even though I tried to encourage you yesterday, I'm like, listen, man, you guys don't need to flex on nobody. You know, you could do it there. I like it, but I don't know. Do you want me to just get rid of the rule? Do you want me to just let you guys flex away? Because I'll do it. That's fine if you want to do it. If the people want it. But no, so okay then. Wow. I thought you guys were going to say yeah. Okay, then why the fuck do you keep doing it? Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Okay, then. Well, like I said, I offered it to you guys. So I'm saying I'm down to change the rule, but okay, I'm just going to ban y'all then. Well, Mike, you were the guy who flexed. You were pumping C. So that's the thing. That play I told you guys I wanted to tell you in the morning, and it was scammy, but I just didn't want it. Again, because this is what happens. I either get people complaining or flexing, complaining or pumping. Dude, CEP, that was the play I was going to tell you about. It's already up 40%. I'm up 43% on it. I didn't say a word. I don't need to pump it. Why do you guys pump it? Why do you flex on it? I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't get it at all. So, not a recommendation, but if you want to change the flex rule, we can. Otherwise, I'm going to keep banning you guys. All right? No, I wasn't trying to. Otherwise, we'll change the rule if you want. Y'all need to get with it. And then I'll maybe make it you flex. You just have to put thank you, Josh, and thank you, Stream Alerts, and advertise for me. And that's it. But I think, too, and then I need to close Stream Alerts. We're going to do a temporary pause because I don't want to deal with anybody. So, but all of it, you need to make up your guys' minds. That's all I'm saying. You either decide, because I'm going to either ban all of y'all for doing it, or you change it, and then that way you do whatever you want. But at the end of the day, you either post the plays or not. Y'all need to figure it out. Flex 10. I mean, we've always said pay the plug, so that works. But like I was saying, I mean, I think this was a perfect example. I mean, literally, I put out a stream alert telling everybody to watch it. They already knew. It's up 40%. I didn't have to say a fucking word. And then I'm seeing some of you guys, your only message has been pumping that. And it's just not cool. Because then you guys will flex on it and be like, I did it, but you never posted a play. You know what I'm saying? It's just wild. Womp, womp, womp. That's the first time I've ever offered it, yeah. Just like I was saying, every day I am kind of correcting people on it. And like I said, I told you guys as like, I hope you do it for, you don't really need to rely on anybody or anything. So, yeah, you let me know, man. But at the end of the day, I just don't. Yeah, I don't know. You tell me. You could flex if your play went up 10,000%. The only flex is the law to for real, though. Good work, bro. Good work, Brett. You made me happy, bro. I liked your email this morning. And you know that? That shit was hype, bro. Very proud of you. And you've been locked in, dog. Amen. Do you unban people after a while? Yes, I do. So it's not that serious. I don't really care. Don't take a ban personal, but I mean, we do take the culture very seriously. Just make a new account, or at the end of the quarter, I will unban you. However, I have a really good memory. So if you are on your second or third unbanning, I'm not going to unban you. So if you already got an unban this year, you're probably not going to get unbanned. If I remember the name. So, yeah. Does that make sense? Because you can't go to jail, get freed, go back to jail, and then be like, what? You know what I'm saying? We can't. That doesn't work. Oh, we should. We should do that. I'm going to make that. I'll make a Flex membership then. How about that? There you go. You guys could buy a Flex shield if you would like. I'll sell you flexing. How about that? Man, I am the greatest salesman. This is crazy. Yeah, we'll do a Flex tier. You could pay $20 a month to flex if you'd like. 1,000? Oh wow, I'm too cheap. Damn, y'all fucking. Maybe I need it. I could learn from you guys. What? 1,000? Ah! 1 million. Flexio. Make that money. Well, dude, like I said, I'm really grateful for you guys. I have never made this amount of money on YouTube as I have recently. It's actually insanity. I get it now. But at the end of the day, as somebody, this is my home, okay? I spend so much time in here, and I know a lot of you enjoy it as well. I would prefer no flexing in the chat, unless you guys want to change the rule. Like I'm saying, if we change the rule, I'm fine with that then. Go ahead. If everybody agrees with it, no problem on my part. But at the end of the day, other than that, though, you guys have already blessed me, and I've blessed myself. I've been hitting left and right. But at the end of the day, I would appreciate a good culture. and everybody getting the most out of it. So if you want to help me out, let's keep the culture good. And again, you know what is expected of you. And I appreciate it. If I don't have to remind you, that means a lot. So thank you. Well, I'll tell you now, but it's already up 50%. I stream alerted it out in the morning. I don't want to influence you guys negatively. I think this is a scam, but it's going to hit. That's what I said in the AM. This is Cantor, it's Tether, and it's all of these Trump crypto people doing this. They're literally just copying like MSTR. It's shady. I don't like it at all. I really don't like it at all, but I know it was going to move. That's so it's just be careful. It's a SPAC for crying out loud. So it's hella shady, but it's gonna attract a shit ton of money. That sadly it is, but that's where I'm like I'm not a fan of it, but I know it's gonna everybody. I read. Let me see if I could find you it. But I read somebody said this, and I was like, damn, that's facts. Essentially, this is the stage of crypto where Wall Street is like, they're monetizing it, you guys. I hope you realize that. They are monetizing the fuck out of Bitcoin and selling it to Main Street as if you are still early. So be very, very careful. And that's where I'm like, it's hella, I hate SPACs. Even the Trump coin yesterday, you guys, listen, I like making money. I like opportunities and everything, you know what I'm saying? But even if I play them, I'm not tricking myself. You know what I'm saying? I am not on any of them. I'm like, yeah, this is it. So just be careful. And that's why I'm telling you, I think this is going to attract money and go crazy, but I don't think this is something you fall in love with and like put all your money in and be like, yeah, this is the future. So, yeah. You can flex if you call it. Well, that's how I've always done it. If you ever been like, I made a bunch of money, my play went up 500% or whatever, I just check your chat facts. And if you did post it, I'm genuinely happy. And and nothing happens because you posted the play. I don't know. That's usually, maybe I'm just old. Back in my day, that's how it used to go. You know what I'm saying? You didn't post the play. Why would I respect that? Pfizer is kind of everything, though. I'm surprised you're getting some health care, but yeah. You got some movers. Damn, bro. Maybe later. Right now, we can't get emotional. Grab the paper. I'm not here to be sociable. Without the labor, it's not getting any closer, bro. Fuck the flavor. It just matter if it overflows. Pfizer, it just sucks that it's up from the bottom because that's 10%. You know that? That's why I hate right now because I love some of the deals, but I hate how the market is right now. Everybody does. I hope y'all realize that because look, bro, $2 is 10% from $20. It's like 7%, but that's insane. So it's still a good price. I like this price compared to where we were at. But I do get bothered that it was up 10%. Same thing even when I bought pizza. There's stuff like that I don't like. If you lose a trade, be careful of the get back. My time with my pops was good. I have to see him again, though. My man's is unhinged, bro. He's so funny. It's actually hilarious. Happy to be here. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate it. For real. Oh, whoa. I didn't even see that. Elmo business? Hey, Matt. Oh, and steak boogie. Dude, I'm sorry. I've been locked in. I've been looking at all of these, baby. Greatest community out there. God bless you, big bro. God is great. I've been trying to tell him, man. Amen. Harder. Amen. I don't like calls on dividend stocks like that. So, but any India deal might be good for Pfizer. I played a play on that earlier, but it missed. It was like a couple weeks ago. CEP is halted. Again, it's up almost 100% from the morning. Be very careful. I'm going to make my shit free and go home. Call it again, just like any other play. JP Morgan on the high. You refer people. Sorry if they ask dumb questions. Oh, no, you're good, bro. There's no such thing as a dumb question. I really believe that. It's only dumb if I could tell that you know the answer. You see what I'm saying? But that's why I said, man, anybody genuinely wanting to learn with, like, sincerity, bro, we got your back. I know having to deal with, literally, dude, we deal with thousands of people, you know, so it sucks that sometimes they got to hear the other nonsense, but, you know, we got your back and get it long term. You know, amen, baby. Amen. 7 leg up. Wow. Salute. Thank you for the support. You've learned a lot in the past 5 months. I've been watching your show. Truly appreciate it. Actually helps you pay the bills. Well, good. And let's save it, bro. Let's make the most of it. You know, and walk away with something good. Amen. And bonds going up. Yeah, so watch out. You got bonds kind of making a move. SPY melting. Now it's 1.7. It's getting a little bigger. Oh, David. NRG 7, baby. Thank you, guys. Amen. Well, let me see. Whirlpool pop. That thing's sketch, dude. I'm telling you, the premiums are way they hold up. This whole time, I'm like, do they know something? Yeah, that premium is not moved all day. I bought it in the morning. Stock goes down 3%. I'm up. Stock pops up 1%. I'm still up, but it's the same exact bid and ask. Nothing has moved. IBM when the earnings were positive. So did you ask this earlier? Because I answered this question. I think I answered your exact question. So it is unfortunate you had to pay me again for it, but yeah, dude. I did answer it. So IBM, I think it was just because I don't think they did like too bad. I think it was very mediocre. And it got a little of that could have been worse, but then I think the margin missed, and then some of the free cash flow stuff. So that was pretty much it. But I don't think it was like that bad. I think it was neutral as fuck. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you're just right back to where you were. But I do think it was margin and cash flow. And then maybe those downgrades could have added. But if you ask me on the straight earnings, it was a beat, but it was a slight beat. And then again, that margin and cash flow or the operating income, they were down a lot. Yo, Disney pop in and Amazon. I told you I'll watch that one. Where's ServiceNow? I haven't told you guys this ServiceNow shitty. I think it's terrible, but this thing keeps holding. The ServiceNow shitty plays are holding like the Whirlpool. I don't know if it's just the scamminess of today or if something's really brewing. I can't tell. But yeah, future. And then you're back here, guys. This is a big level. We've dumped. No exaggeration. Every time we've hit this level, we have dumped. So now you're back there. This is a very good sign, but you got to hold it. And then we start to play 545.70, I believe, is the level. They lost a lot of contracts due to Doge. Oh, that could be it too. But I just think on earnings, if you ask me pure earnings analysis, the margin and then operating income. No, well, I was on the watch list yesterday. The point is, if we break some of these highs too fast for no damn reason, that's just as uncomfortable as going down for no reason. That's the funny part. It's just like when I see a Republican Fed person and I'm telling you, ignore him. You guys think I'm politically, you know what I'm saying? No, it's just like, trust me, we're not reacting to that. Same thing with the market. It's not just if we go down for no reason. If we rocket up 6-7% on fluff, go high, get elevated, and then we get shot right back down, that is going to make people more uncomfortable. So that's why I'm calling it a danger zone to the upside, because if we go up too fast, and then again, why are you up this week? Off a China deal? No. Off of Powell? Like none of it's new. And then again, you're getting moves off rumors and rumors of rumors. You know what I'm saying? So it really brings up an interesting point. But I think going up too soon off of reliable info, then you're going to have that. Today's not. I'm talking about this whole week. Do you see this? Do you not realize you went from 508 to 542 in 3 days? So you guys don't act dumb. You know, you know what I'm saying? Like that is insanity, actually. You just went 508 to 540 in 3 days. Do you understand that is almost 10% on the index? Why? What changed? What got better? What got worse? Nothing. It's really just we're just recycling headlines going back and forth. So that's why I'm saying it's like if you start to break out and then next week we get hit with, or 2 weeks you get hit with the Fed and then you come right back down, people are going to be more uncomfortable. This isn't comfortable. People, I would argue you are more comfortable chopping around here than you are going down, up, and then playing that game. So we'll see, but either way, we don't know. We're just watching and, vibing with the uncertainty, finding ways to advance with it. But, yeah, bro, it's a wild one. The CEP got halted to the downside. I think it's scammy because people are freaked out. That's it. We made a fuck ton of money on COVID. You guys remember that? Why? Everybody freaked out. When they were confident, we got all our plays. And then there was a period of time where everybody is just freaked out. That's what's happening. That's it. This is all just people are distressed. They're making themselves distressed. Are you following? Just like distressed real estate. When people, I'm like, all right, whatever. You want to sell it. You need to, or you want to, or you're worried. But I just think the emotions are adding this. Because we're doing stuff in movements that you have only seen in like depressions and crashes and other instances. But people are just freaking out. It doesn't help that Donald Trump is giving you this choppy, sporadic policy. I think Donald Trump, I really believe that he imagined that this rollout would go smoother than it was. Because I don't think that's what happened, I really think. I think Donald Trump had an aggressive plan and he was riding the wave and feeling good and mandate from the people. They did prioritize certain things like immigration like heavily, but I really do think there was part of them that really thought, oh, we'd get less pushback. They really thought it would be smoother, but I just think it was a really botched rollout. It's like selling something, launching in, then the website crashes or you put the wrong advertisement, but it was a very bad rollout, and that's where we're in right now. I think this initial rollout is still. It just I don't know. I was alive for it. I played it. Does anybody remember Facebook IPO? So again, I made a lot of money off Facebook. That was one of my OG long terms. And again, we got to add it for YouTube too. But do you guys remember Facebook's IPO? It was a mess. There was like rumors and then they priced it. Then it was down like 50%. And then it collapsed. And it was a really botched rollout of Meta or Facebook's IPO. It was a disaster. And then it took time, and yeah. So maybe it's either Meta or Fire Festival for Trump. I don't know, one or the other, but that's why I've been telling you all year. We just have to wait. But it has been a botched rollout, and I think they thought it would go a lot smoother. But for now, I think we got to still work through that and see. Makes a deal. It just depends on the scope of the deal, but I think it'd be a positive tailwind. We've said that from even Biden. I've told you under Biden, I said the moment we finally get peace in Ukraine, that will always be like a little short-term positive catalyst. Whenever that day comes, it will have that effect. Thoughts on swing trading in a traditional IRA? Honestly, do you buy Stream Alerts? Do you own Stream Alerts? You should buy it, Blue. You should buy the member, buy the boot camp, buy the course, buy all my merch too. Okay? I'm going to just start selling you shit now. Just you. Okay? That's it. Because if you down to just spend like that, I'm gonna get me some of it. Okay? Yeah, I'm gonna get that $200 box back up there. Fuck yeah. So if you're not gonna do all that, I would not swing trade in the IRA. Don't do that. That's not smart. Okay? Long term only. Anything retirement. Please, you guys, just don't do that. Okay? And then Blue, you ask me a dumb question like that. I say dumb because it's foolish. Okay? I'm gonna ban you. Because I'm expecting you know more. Because you've had really good comments, so I'm assuming you know more. You know what I'm saying? I'm not assuming that. I think you know the answer to should I gamble in my retirement account. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bonds. Bonds and stocks. Your boy Raul is in the building. Whoa, Baba. And new course. Yeah, it could be something with materials. They're kind of already jacking premiums. What is this? And then, look at China down, materials up. Very interesting. Trump, Boeing should default China for not taking the planes. Hey, yo, that's what it is. He said they should default China. That's actually really funny. It's kind of a good idea. But that's escalatory. That's not, yeah. I guess I've never thought of that, but yeah, that's kind of wild. But yeah, you got a Trump. That's the headline causing it. Default China. Wow, that Boeing should default China for not taking the beautifully finished planes that China committed to purchase. Says fentanyl continues to pour into U.S. from Mexico, Canada, and China. So see if Boeing, that could be good for Boeing eventually, and then watch China plays. I went with a Baba, but you could even go with KWeb. Keep it small though. You don't know how this is gonna play out. That's it. Oh, first visit. I didn't even see that. Bro, I missed so many donos. I'm so sorry, guys. God bless you. Jody, first visit, high energy, and actual intelligence. Oh, man. You've only got me at my good moments, Jody. I can sound really stupid at times. So I appreciate it, though. But as long as you give me a little grace, then we'll get you a long term and we'll be good. And that's it. And just save and be safe. Safe, 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 safe. We've been saying that a lot lately. With this headline market, man. Baba. Am I gonna watch the draft, the NBA draft, or what? But no, I don't really watch the drafts, to be honest. Oh, NFL, no. NBA I like, but not NFL, not as much. Watch K-Web, but China's coming down again. You literally have just gotten Trump comments. He is speaking now somewhere, and then you have the Boeing info. So be on the lookout, but that's like one of our other first developer before everything else we saw. Oh, yeah, is it the gamblers watching the draft? You crackheads. You know that. Uh-huh. Oh, is it Truth Social? Oh, I thought he was speaking. Good, thank you for that correction. All right, coming back down. Trading fast and there's tariffs. Oil's dropping. Oil's dropping. I will buy 1,000 times and it will just die. Pre-market. No, but actually, oil is dropping. I wasn't just singing that. Yeah, oil's tweaking. Either Trump or wait for OPEC. Again, we had that OPEC rumor yesterday, too. Bow, bow, bow. Iran told Witkoff Trump's timeline for deal may not work. It's coming in now. Light. What's this? Light MTH? I feel like. No, they're different. They seemed similar. Yeah, you're getting a couple movers still. Is it Euro close? No, it's only 740. Consumer confidence. I figured it out. So if we think it's going to move big and everyone anticipates it, it's not going to move. And then if everybody downplays it, it'll move us violently as far as Michigan consumer sentiment. Because you guys don't remember? That's what happened on the last one. The last one was the worst blowout, and you had the smallest reaction because everybody was like, oh, my gosh. So if tomorrow, if everybody's like waiting for the consumer sentiment and there's a lot of hype, then it's going to have a small reaction. But then if kind of everybody's focused on trade deals and everything else and it hits, then yeah. So I think it's hard to tell right now. I think we'll vibe with it when we get it. But I do still think that the data is meaningless. Whoa. Your daughter got a basketball scholarship? Nice. How is Bakersfield? I mean, do you want me to be honest? And I know we got people in Bakersfield in here, but yeah, Bakersfield is not the worst, but it's definitely not the best. Is that a good way to put it? You know, I didn't know there was a UC Bakersfield. So, yeah. He's being so nice. I am being very nice. I am. It's just, yeah, so it's not, I don't know about the school, but believe me, there is some schools in shitty places that are really good. But I know nothing about this school, but Bakersfield is like, I think you only go there if you want meth. Okay? And if you're from Bakersfield, forgive me. Okay? But I've only been there on my way to Vegas. I only drive through Bakersfield. I've never sat there or anything. I've never done anything in Bakersfield. I've driven by it many times. But if it's a scholarship, then I don't know, man. I don't know. Big fan of free money. You know what I'm saying? And tell her good work. And tell her to box out and play defense. Defense wins games. Okay? Yeah, MSTR. I got washed on that one yesterday. Yeah, Baker, California is different than Bakersfield. I didn't know, yeah. Are you sure there's a UC Bakersfield? She might be getting scammed. I didn't know they had a UC school in Bakersfield. They do? Oh, it's a CSU. Okay. I thought I was like, dude, no way there's a UC Bakersfield. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, it's not, I mean, hey, like I said, the school, that's what really matters. Because my school was in it, like Tucson's a piece of shit. Sorry, Tucson. They know it. I went to Arizona and like we called it the dirty T. Tucson was terrible. Literally, in my freshman year of college, I think I had like 2 or 3 guns pulled on me. Just being out and about. We did like a frat event. We got guns pulled on us. You'd be at a random party, and it wasn't like on campus. They got guns and shit. Like it was not like a nice area. But I love it. I love Tucson. I love the fucking dirty T. But yeah. I want to go to Arizona. Arizona's fucking peaceful, dude. He's like, whoa, I live in Tucson. I love Tucson. But it's not like, that's one of those places where the school is a whole different country. I'm telling you. It's like the University of Arizona is a country. And then there's Tucson. But I've grown to love Tucson. Once you learn the area, you'll be fine. UMAC, is that the drone one? Where's the other? The other one. This one, it came down. They were up 70. All right, we're chilling. Coming back up. So that's even the watch crypto, CME on the high, and then Baba plays her down 10%. NAU. Ooh. The half country, half hip hop bar? No. Well, what's it called? I don't know. Maybe I'll know it by name. Boeing is ripping now. Man, we should have held them Bradley Frizzle calls. I got like 30%, but damn. Yeah, Boeing raises price target to 207 from 190. I don't know if that's older, UBS, but I see one thing coming in now. Yeah, bro, bonds died on that, though. Look at that. Yeah, that's weird. Honestly, I kind of didn't realize that. Yeah, that was a massive move on the bonds for no damn reason. So, again, welcome to Tantrum. Dude, the whirlpools won't move. I'm shocked. You go down 3%, you go up 2%, that shit's not moving. Coca-Cola? Why is Coke ripping? We should have sold that put too. You sure I've said it, but what happened to Mumu? Blue, what did I just tell you earlier, man? Did I just like give you, I was like, hey man, you did good. And I just said, if you ask me some of these, you know what I'm saying, bro? So come on, dog. Unfortunately, I got to ban you. I'll answer your question, but I was just trying to tell you. I'm like, hey, man, you're kind of falling off track. You're doing this. I try to gently guide you in the right area, brother, but I guess the generosity, you didn't respond well to it. That happens to some. Trump expected to sign order on Thursday to advance deep sea mining. So we already have our ghetto spread on TMC. Yeah, we already in this. Remember, we already have a nice ghetto spread on that. So go look at MP or TMC if you want to play that. That news, it'll go for a little bit and then fade. So you already have the play if you're already in the TMC with me. Whoa, what? Dog, that's way too big. Yo, what? All right, well, dude, you're in that ghetto spread is in the you're gonna make a lot off the ghetto spread because you're max gain now, I think, or you're in the money and you haven't hit the other side yet. But that's dude. That's a wicked ass move. No, there's no good ones. I'm gonna just hold the TMC. Yeah, but I banned Mumu. I haven't talked to Mumu in like 4 or 5 years. I don't really fuck with him anymore. I put him in positions. I liked him. He's a funny guy. He's really funny. I really enjoyed that about him. But he started getting into the whole like Discord selling shit, and I would have felt terrible if I introduced somebody to somebody and then they ended up getting like scammed or doing something I don't agree with. So I did have to cut ties, like I do with anybody. I've encountered a lot of people. I put a lot of people on, but unfortunately, if you guys are free to go whatever route you want. I genuinely don't care, but I'm pretty clear. You know what I like and what I don't, but I don't want to associate with sales and discords and certain things. So you guys are free to, but I'm not. Thank you. I've been watching this enough ever since 2020. Oh, let's go, baby. Read The Richest Man in Babylon if you haven't. I didn't really speak highly of him. I would clown on him. I told you, I've known the kid for so long. He should be a multimillionaire. And he was lazy when he met me. He actually, he was funny. I liked him as a person. He just didn't really do well with all he's known me for a long time. Yeah, I would roast him really bad, but he should have made a fuck ton of money. And that's why, after some point, I did deal with a lot of things, but I was like, if you're going to go start selling that and doing that, hey, man, I've already given you enough, so do good with it. And yeah, that's it. I have nothing else. What do you want me to do? A lot of people get into that. You buy it. If y'all get a property, y'all save your money. Well, you would have been fine a long time ago. VZ, Verizon, and Dell chips again. P6, CCJ Uranium. Again, that TMC. Bruh. Habibi. Yeah, bro, the TMCs are up a ton. Let me see if we make more money by getting rid of it now. Because we're not in the money on the other side now. No, yeah, there's a lot to gain out of that. You have 30% of the max gain right now. I didn't think it was going to move. That was unnecessary. Bro, the first time you had these rumors, it would pop, but dude, 35% in 3 minutes off of that announcement is crazy. Trump asked Supreme Court to allow his transgender military ban. of the epic TLT call out. Yeah, everything's on the channel. Yeah, it's all documented. And then the original video or the tutorial on it. But yeah. Y'all. Remember how much? I don't know. But Finra, I like you a lot. But even yesterday, I banned you twice. So this is your final warning. Be on topic, please. Okay, brother? Because you're good when you are, but you do have a lot of sidebars that aren't good. So I don't want to keep talking about it. Does that make sense? I don't know why y'all do that. No. I don't care what it is now, but moving forward, after the nice warning, that's it. I've been really nice the last 3 days, you guys. So I'm not going to feel bad when I get really mean. You see what I'm saying? So that's it. I'm being very gentle. I'm giving you the warnings. It's not, don't act confused later, you know? That's all. I just, on topic. Let's get the bag. Stay locked in. Do what you got to do, baby. That's some ECB headline. ALK, Alaska Air now? That's weird. Check JetBlue too, just in case. Nah, just them. Couple of other airlines, but Alaska's going. High ticker. NB, 10% pop. What is this? Does anybody know what NB is? It's a liquid as shit, but 10% pop, one candle. And then, what was that? NTR? And now Broadcom and chips. Buy candles getting bigger. Everything. Honestly, more chips and whatever NB is, that keeps going. Engages acquisition of mineral. Oh, yeah, there you go. That's one of them. Oh, it won't give me it. Yeah, they did this last time. That's how we got the TMC. Nah, you can't get it. There was one on, again, the ones we have are fire right now. That's what I'm saying. If you could get an easy one, take it, but don't force it. I had a contract there for really cheap. I don't buy those at 15. That's what I'm saying. It might still go, but there was an easy one. We could have made a quick 50. No, NB, not MB. Master Beef is the other. I remember that one. Yeah, if you got the 10 cents on that one's good. I don't like it at 15. It's not worth it because you just want the quick flip. Because just like the TMC, I remember. If you don't remember when we played it, we got the hype and then we went down on it for a little bit and then it went crazy. So if it keeps going, you're just gonna hit instantly. But if not, you don't want to be the one paying the 50%. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, that's good. If you guys are in at the 10s, that's a good one. But again, you could still lose, but don't be the guy paying the 15. You see what I'm saying? Because then if you're the one buying the 15, that's the gain the guys buying at 10 are trying to get. Is it okay to post a free place for options education? No, get out of here. Why? It does it. I haven't vetted it. I don't know them. I don't trust anybody. You shouldn't trust anybody. Go wherever you're feeling to go. It's not your job to help anybody else or do that. It's my job. This is my community. I will put what I want in front of them, and I'll do what I think is best. So thank you, but no thank you. Yeah, you don't even have to watch mine. I'm just saying, though. It's like you got to... I don't want to do... I can't trust anybody, you guys. That's it. Even people, I fucking made them millions of dollars. You can't trust them. So just, at the end of the day, like I've been telling all of you, be safe. Everybody wants your money. Everybody will lie and do all sorts of things, and Wall Street right now in this mania is insane. Again, that's why in your job, you guys should focus on protecting yourself right now. Not bring your friends along, not share, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't need to give anybody info right now. You don't need to convince anybody now. All you need to do is protect yourself and your family. That's it, financially. You need to make good decisions. You need to plan and prepare. Anything else is extracurricular. And you should ask yourself why people are engaging in those extracurriculars. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got to do. No, you're good. As long as you don't get mad at me saying that. I'm not mad at you for asking. You know? Some people just think it's weird when I respond like that, and they're like, "Yeah, dude." But I'm like, dude, for real, bro. Like, it's look around. Even someone asked me earlier, why are we moving like this? You know? And I'm like, dude, this uncertainty in the market, it's big. You can move huge off the littlest things, and it's like uncertainty and volatility is a ripe environment for scams and taking advantage of people. So watch. That's what happened during COVID. Anytime the markets go like this, that's usually what happens. And again, if you don't get scammed by somebody scamming you, it'll be the market maker if you're not educated enough. So like I'm saying, worst case, I may be annoying, but I hope I could help keep you guys safe. That's it. And that's all the goal will be. You know, and that's why I'm saying long-term saving, you don't have to get caught up in this craziness. You could wait till the easy breaks happen, and that'll be it. And you keep saving in long-term. And that's where I'm like, there's still opportunity, but you do got to adjust the pace and move through and do it safely. And that's it. So, yeah. So let's get it, baby. And then it will, but dude, I mean, today's weird because, like, I was telling you, be careful of this slow day, and then it's slow, but then it's like big, but it did it slow, and then we're still like, bro, it's only 8 o'clock. It's not even Euro close. Yeah, that was a good one. And the video breaking, and then look, so that NB, do you guys see what I was saying? That plays down 50% from the 15, and then you're down 30% from the 10. But I hope you guys see what I was telling you. If you're early enough and you got the first move, you take it if you want it. But don't chase it after the market maker tries to scam you and double it up. Omex, I remember that Omex. We had an old play on it. They're all really scammy. I just think that TMC move just started to lure people in. No? I think the TMC move is so big, you're like, oh my gosh. Okay, you're going back up. TSM on the high. 543. We need to get to like 545, 545.70, then we're really going to freak out. Other than that, this is still, I kind of don't trust it, but low key, bro, it's been all melt up. It's done it. I don't know. Now it's starting. I wouldn't call it fast, but it's starting to get big. You're at 2% now. Like I was saying, 1%, 0.5%, I don't got shit to say. But 2%, that was those gap ups that's parallel to what we've been dealing with the last couple of days. Okay, that NB, those are moving around, bro. I didn't take one. I have it still on my other chain. You guys were in it, so I'll give you some random call-outs, but yeah. Here, Euro close in 18 minutes. Crazy people you put friends on. They want your money and try to use you. It is true, but make no mistake. Look around you. Literally, go scroll up right now in the chat. Look at all these beautiful people. You see what I'm saying? There's some good people. There's great people. And you will find, this is a good business advice for all of you. I've told you it before. You just need to find people. Don't have a co-founder who is not as in love with the business as you are. If they're not as excited, they're not as motivated, don't partner with that person. That's it. That's all it is. You know? So if you are trying to help people and all that, it's not saying you don't help people, but you do got to, like, you know, there is going to be a difference between the people who do want to and are motivated versus the people who are not. And that will help you with that. Yeah, exactly. Don't allow the ugliness to implicate you in the ugliness. Look at NB. They hate you guys. You don't see it? Why do they hate you? I want to play it, but look at it went up and the contract went down. They're all at 10 cents. Yep. Yeah, you see it. Little scammers. I didn't play it, but I'm like, man, that's why you can't take that. I think you guys just learned something, though. I'm glad you guys were looking at it and I called it out for you. But, like, don't take that little premium jump ever, okay? You saw it. I know you saw those options. They went 0 to 5, 5 to 10, you know what I mean? And then it went to 15. That you don't take the 15, bro. That's 300% in a minute. You know what I'm saying? You don't go for that one. And look, yeah, they just fucking, and then look, now it's at 15 when it comes down. Shares would be better, yeah, but then shares are just going to be exposed to the back and forth. I'd say the options is only good if you're going small. Otherwise, the shares is the answer, 100%. But then again, shares are going to have the downside risk. You're sorry to be off topic, but did Biden actually pay off student loans? Yours shows off as completed on January 7th. I think he did. Some of them. I think some student loans were paid, but I just don't know how it works. And then I don't know if Donald Trump is going to make you pay it back. So, yeah. And then just either way, be smart, you know? Because I tell you guys the story of my sister? I love it, Zach. You're like, my sister is motivated, wants to save money and make a long term. So my whole entire life, my sister asked me to pay off her student loans. Like, every time the topic would come up, she'd be like, pay my loans. She would, like, joke around. She would be serious. You know, like, you got money, pay my loans. Pay my student loans. Pay my student loans, right? And the day that I finally was like, all right, I'll do it. Look at that. My liberal ass sister. That's why I was telling y'all the other day. I was like, fine, I'll pay it. I was like, I got you, baby girl. I love you. You're my sister. Thank you for doing nothing. That's family right there. I got you. Yeah, and I offered to pay her student loans. And then she was like, well, I think Joe Biden going to pay it off. I really need a new car. So I like always, like I said, I don't care what people do. Even I give you guys the same exact advice I will give my family. Make no mistake. And if my family listens or not, I don't give a shit. It breaks my heart more because they're my family, but who gives a shit? I told them. Well, yeah, long story short, she bought a car. I bought her a car instead. Because she was like, I need a car. And I was like, okay, do you want me to buy you a car then? And then she was like, well, Biden's paying it off. I'm like, okay. So you want me to buy you a car? And she said, yeah. And I was like, are you sure? And there you go. And that's it. And then I said, it's your choice. I bought her a car. So, and I don't know what the fuck's happening with their student loans. I have no idea, bro. I have no idea. I hope you bought a 2000 Camry. No. I said, go buy whatever car you want. I told her to get a Range Rover. She said no. Like a good old liberal, she picked the Subaru. I was like, hey, man, it's your choice. I don't care. It's your choice. That's it. Just like you guys. It's your choice, man. So make a good choice, but yeah, I don't know what to tell you, man. Mm-hmm. She even got the Subaru color. Like, it just looked like a liberal mobile, bro. Mm-hmm. Bank of England Bailey, I don't think UK economy is close to recession. What if she asks me to pay her student loans? I'm going to just tell her I'm broke and blame Donald Trump. They usually accept that. I could do anything and blame Donald Trump. I'm fine. It still works, you guys. I don't know if you realize, but it's still, they haven't patched that method yet. I don't, it's very contradicting, but it's not patched, bro. I'm just telling you right now, it is not patched. Mm-hmm. Eye problem, you can't see yourself doing that. The loan, I did take loans, but I worked and I paid them off. So, and then after that, I don't know. So, but that's funny that that's what you got out of it. But yeah, because I'm still willing to help. And I'm always willing to help. But at some point, you could only help people so far. It's their choice. That's what I was saying. If you do I think I did the right thing no matter what. Whatever she chose to do and dealt with, that's fine. But I'm not obligated to help a second time around. But either way, that's it. You do the right thing. You do the right thing. I feel good about myself. I don't have any complaints. I do. I wish though, for all of you, even like my sister though, I don't like seeing people struggle unnecessarily. It would be nice to watch her thrive better and do better. You know what I'm saying? And I would hate, because I don't want to see her have to worry about loans or working and all these things. And she could have not been doing this stuff. We could have figured this out a long time ago, but it's on her, and just like for all of you guys. And I don't like to see people struggle, and I wish we could get you a house 5-10 years early, but make no mistake, if you choose the other things, you are putting all of that other stuff on the back burner. That is what I realized at a young age. When I go look at my YouTube videos from 2018, 2019, I'm on YouTube, I'm buying houses, and I'm telling everybody, buy houses. This was before a pandemic, before inflation, and most people, I would say about 50 to 70% of my responses, because I was younger too, that was a long time ago now. It was even my sister. It was all people telling me, stop buying houses. Stop, folk. Why don't you go and travel? Why don't you go and live? Experience life is what they told me. And I think I've experienced a decent amount of life, and it's not like I don't have those desires, but I realized at my age that if I don't do this stuff now and instead choose the other things, I'm still going to need or want those things, and it's just going to be harder and down the road. Yeah, so that's where I realized that, I'd rather invest now, eat shit for a little bit. I would rather sacrifice the stuff now, even in my youth, because I still think I'll be young on the back end, and I would rather do it more comfortably. And I'd rather do it in a way where it's good. And that's how it is, bro. I'm telling you. So either way, life works out good. And make no mistake, that's why if you did choose experience, don't feel bad about it. I really hope you actually enjoyed it. That's the thing. Nothing worse than the person who chose experience and doesn't even appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? So if that was you and you're like, oh, I did delay, that's okay if you got something out of it and if you actually enjoyed it and it really did help you in life and move you forward. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I do know how many people I know who have traveled the world in their 20s and have done all that shit and they regret it. That you can't do. So whichever it is, but just know whatever you are choosing something today that will affect something down the line and vice versa. And you got to figure that out. Why did they regret it? I don't know. Different reasons. I know a lot of people, just different reasons. Whether it be because it's financial or they thought they romanticized it. I know a few people who romanticized it, and they thought they were gonna go travel the world. they thought they were gonna like get their eyes opened and all of this stuff, and then they really just were like, oh my gosh, I am just a spoiled piece of shit. And then there is stuff there, but then it didn't really like. They just thought it was going to be like this romantic thing, but it wasn't there. Yeah, or they just did it for other people. It's kind of wild. But either way, if you did it and enjoyed it, I respect that. That no regrets is my philosophy. So, amen. But just think your future self. And that's what it comes down to. I've been wanting to travel, but I don't want to travel like during the week. If I could take my computer, but yeah. You chose drugs now, tomorrow. I don't know what that means. Seems like a bad joke. I don't want to ban you, but I do. So I'll let you clarify it, but I have no idea what that fucking means. Like I said, don't let me get a serious conversation. Please don't end it with a joke because I won't take you seriously. Just how you did not take me seriously right there, I will not take you seriously. So, yeah, don't end a serious conversation with the joke. I may be misinterpreting that, but just future reference. I hope he got sober, but he said he's doing drugs now. So I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Just like yesterday with Service Now. I'm like, I don't know, man. So I didn't ban him. I just deleted it, but that's what I said. If I don't know what it means. It's good and bad. I've been living in a hotel. I mean, as long as you like it. That's what I'm saying. You got to get what you wanted out of it. Like I told you, don't ever trick yourself. The worst thing you could do is doing something you really just deep down don't like. And hey, that's a trap. So, amen. I've traveled outside the country, yes. I've been to Asia and Mexico and other places, but I don't do it a lot. I love America. Woo! Oh, dude, I'm too big of a America. You have no idea. I love just the streets, the smog. I just love all of it. I love this country, dude. You have no. Thank you, veterans, bro. Every time, because I be going places, bro. Bro, I even go to Miami, and I'm like, wow, I love it here. It's so nice. It's so nice. It's great. Wow. But then I even go back to Cali, and I'm like, oh, thank God I'm home. Every time I land in San Diego, bro, it's just a sigh of relief. Every time. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm chilling, man. Oh, it was off. You're sober now? Good, man. That's what I was saying. Tomorrow will be 3 years sober. Let's go, baby. Hard. Amen, bro. Yeah, some of us did choose drugs instead of traveling, I feel. So, amen, man. Good. Amen and finger to the sky for a happy, clean, healthy life. That's always good, man. Very proud. You're stressing, you're 24 and you want to travel the world. Well, figure it out now. You know, that's it. Like I said, the best thing you could do is figure out your plan and stick with it. That's all you got to do. That is all you have to do. You do that, you'll be fine. But again, people will even tell you, someone in the Twitch chat, they said they have spinal issues and they wish they traveled more when they were younger. And that's accurate. You know that's even my mom will tell me that. You know, my mom will say, do it before you get old and then you can't, you know. So it goes both ways. Everything has a benefit and a cost. Welcome to finance, baby. You know what I'm saying? You guys, and that's what you have to determine. What do you get out of it? What is it going to cost you? Is it worth it? And then you plan that and stick with it. And that's it. And just don't change your plan and you'll be fine. And that is where things move smoothly. How much I appreciate you. You have no knowledge with options. Oh, man. Well, let's go. Get a long term. Save 10%. Build the long term. And then get a paper trading and just learn little by little, bro. You'll be good if you have time. You know, but long term first. And then before you know it, I'm sure all the option shit sounds like another language. And you could ask anybody in here who's figured it out because everything. You'll understand the lingo eventually. And then you'll be in with it. You went traveling for 6 months, ended up being 16 years. Oh, jeez. Yeah, bro. I don't think I've ever traveled for 6 months. I think the longest I've ever done was like a month. I was like, it was a month when I did like Thailand and Asia and China. But I don't think I've ever done 6 months. The long term and the taxes you don't owe any taxes on the growth. So again, if you owe taxes on your long term, it's probably because you broke the rules. So you'll get taxed on your dividends if it's above $3,000 a year, and that's why you need to talk with your tax professional. But other than that, unless you sold for a house, there shouldn't be a tax obligation. Yeah, there is not any unrealized capital gains. You are safe, brethren. You are safe. I think it's under 3K. Is it 3K or 1.5? It's one of them. But I think after that, you have to, I think your broker already sends them in. I think it's something there. 500? I think that might be right, though, too. That's why I say consult with your tax professional. I don't do any of this shit. Somebody else does it now. 3K for married, 15 for single. People are saying 600 and 500, though. I remember that. That number sounds familiar, but I also remember 1,500. Remember when Kamala wanted tax case? That wasn't Kamala. That was Yellen, actually. To be fair.
Earlier, Carl, Alaska stock down 9% today. I mean,
remember we had ALK up?
Knew that this was going to be
United
really
States to demand Putin accept Ukraine's
them,
right to
and
military
now the street
force.
is seeing exactly how much of the domestic
all right,
demand
Euro
has
close.
pulled back,
Stand up, do a push-up.
within the last 6
I'm going to go
weeks.
pee.
You know,
And
Phil, we all
yalla.
know that phrase, it's a completely full flight. You hear it every time you board. And I noticed Americans' load factor down to 80 and change. I mean, you don't see that too often. I wonder what that means for capacity down the road.
Well, a number of the airlines are already pulling back on capacity growth plans. Now, they may still be growing 0.5%, 1%, 1.5% year over year in the second half of this year, but that's down from what they were originally expecting. And I can tell you this, because I fly so much, Carl, yes, you still hear flight attendants say it's a completely full flight. But you go later in the day, now early in the day, they're completely full. You go later in the day, Oh, there's seats to be found on the flights. Take it from me, who has flown many late-night flights.
Yes. Phil is multi-platinum, I can tell you that, given his travels, and we're thankful for it. Phil, thanks. A busy day for you, Phil LeBeau. Let's get a news update this morning as well with Silvana Hanau. Hi, Silvana.
Carl, good morning. President Trump this morning called out Vladimir Putin for a massive overnight attack on the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv, writing in a Truth Social post that he is, quote, not happy and to stop. According to Ukrainian officials, at least 8 people were killed and dozens injured in an hours-long barrage of missiles, the deadliest assault on Kyiv since last July. Thousands of mourners are streaming through St. Peter's Basilica again today to pay final respects to Pope Francis. The Vatican remained open all night to accommodate the crowds, closing for just an hour for cleaning. Pope Francis will lie in state there until his funeral on Saturday. And Google is demanding some remote workers come back to the office 3 days a week or risk losing their jobs. That's according to internal documents viewed by CNBC. Google has been downsizing some teams in an effort to streamline operations and prioritize spending on infrastructure and AI. Google began offering some full-time employees voluntary buyouts at the start of this year, guys. Back to you.
Silvana, thanks. Silvana Hanau. When we come back, contrary to the Trump administration, China says there are no ongoing trade talks taking place with the U.S. We'll get the latest from the ground in Beijing in a moment. Check on the NASDAQ.
No, China. All right. So, yeah, bro, I just retweeted it. 2 things. But El Coyote tagged me in it. But I don't know why, because I've been hearing these updates. I've been following it like loosely because it's not domestic, but it's kind of getting big. I'm kind of surprised. Well, before we talk about Katy Perry, India. So like low key, this like India-Pakistan conflict, it's starting to heat up. We might have another global conflict on our hands. Now, this one has a long-standing history, if you don't know, Pakistan and India, but there was an attack a couple days ago, and then we heard those reports about like cutting, resources and other attacks and stuff. But yeah, now it's starting to escalate again. I don't know how it's going to impact, but given that India is in America right now and the trade and all that, maybe. But I don't think it hasn't popped off yet. But this might be a global event that you might need to keep on the back burner, but it's sad too if it leads to another fucking conflict. That'd be terrible. But yeah, there's that. And then, is this true? I didn't know this. Apparently, Katy Perry is a real estate shark, and they had to name a law after her because Katy Perry would harass old people and put them in court cases to take their land because she wanted their properties to like build something. Is this true? Everybody's saying it is. Yeah, bro. I did not know that. Fucking Katy Perry. Yeah, is this not a common name? Is this a different Katy Perry? Yeah, I don't know if it's real or not. I just saw that. I'm asking you guys. About an old church, yeah. Possible bearish, but I'm not sure what I should do. Not happy with the Trump headlines. My brother, you know the answer. I would love to help you out too. Please, anybody. If you, for real, will you have to deal with my weird personality? You will. I'm sorry for that, really. I truly am. Because I wish it was more accessible. I really do. But you know the answer. Right now, if you're not on a winning streak, and if for real, if you have the phrase in your mind, I am tired of a Trump headline every 5 minutes, believe me, I feel you. I'm used to this. I have prepared from 5-6 years ago. But here's the deal. You need to slow the fuck down right now. That's it. All you got to do is pull back. They can't take it from you. Pull back a little bit, and let's snipe for one good play. And then all we got to do is go small, hit one good play, and then build momentum from there. And after you hit your first one, don't double up on the next one. I sold too early. Let me not sell the other one now. Don't do that. You just got to build up momentum. But the answer is do nothing, bro. Like, for real, I made a couple moves today, but some of these days I'm trading dramatically less than prior. Just that's the hard part about this market. Some days are going to be amazing to trade. The other ones are not. And you have to know when to not shoot. That's what we've been kind of doing here. Some of these days I'm like, nope, individuals, guys, that means don't trade the SPY. Or again, if we're getting it, the SPY, someday we got to do nothing. You have to be willing to do nothing so that you could go on offense when it's actually profitable. So that's it. Yeah, and if you're selling early, that's just fucking with you mentally. You just watch me sell early every day for 3 months in front of thousands of people. I don't give a shit. Don't worry. You're going to win still. If you sell early, that means you won. So that's not a bad thing. Again, it's going to fuck with you mentally, but don't let it. That's what I'm saying. You need momentum. The frustration is going to cost you more than anything Donald Trump will say. I could almost guarantee anybody, on any side. Donald Trump frustration, Biden frustration. Don't get frustrated. Get good momentum. If it's not working, I don't know if you've ever watched sports. When they feel like this in sports, you know what they do? Beep, beep. Timeout. Timeout. They call a timeout. So call a timeout. Reset. You don't have to go every day. That's, again, don't trick yourself. You don't, just because you do something every day don't mean you're progressing. That's just moving, but you're not moving. So you call a timeout, and then, thank you, Tyree. Be a corner man. That's all you got to do. Be the corner man. And then wait for the easy trade. That's it. Just sit in the fucking corner. They may pass you the ball. They may not. You may have to go back on defense and just sit there and wait. And watch. The defense is going to let their guard down, and you're going to get a wide open 3. And that's all you got to do. And we hit 3 of those, bro. 5 of those, that's a 15-point game. What are we talking about? Boom. Boom. Well, it could either be wait for the news or wait for, like, the other developments. So there has been real-time headlines, which have been very profitable. But then there's the news advances that we know about that we could prepare 1-2 days in advance. And then you play that game, too. But either way, if it's not working, timeout, calm down, go small, get momentum, build the momentum, and don't let the selling early, the FOMO, don't let that fuck up your next play. That's why I'm telling y'all, Men in Black, memory, whoop, wipe it and move. That's all we got to do. So I hope that helps, but wait for the easy one. Wait for the easy one. How long for panic mode? I don't know. I think if we get above here, people will start, watch, you'll see it. People will panic to the upside. I don't think people are ready for that. But if it did happen, it would, I'm expecting something for like a month or less. So everything temporary, just temporary. And then we see, but policy pivot is what we really need. If you really want this scenario to change, some of you, you've watched the watch list, you know this. Don't forget this. The real changes are going to happen when it's not debatable and when it's actual clear change in policy, whether it's a pivot by Powell or a pivot by Trump or an actual deal that changes and advances us. Other than that, you can move 5, 10, 15%, and I would still argue it's the same situation until something goes back. Mm-hmm. MP went. Damn. I looked for NP. There wasn't good plays. Where is TMC still up? I think I saw Bosch on the high. The Perry Act gives people 75 and older the right to cancel a real estate contract in the first 72 hours with no penalty. MP and TMC, NB, Omex, all these like material plays is off of the news that Trump is signing the deep sea mineral thing. And they all just went nuts. What a day. And BR, isn't that one materials too? Neighbors. MP. You ran this social media campaign that launched the Perry Act campaign. Good. Wow. So you were part of stopping Katy Perry from fucking violating old people? That's awesome, man. Good for you. Good for you, bro. You made a change in this world. That's awesome. All right. I'm getting rid of those Babas. They didn't move. I was down on them 10%. Now it's up 1%. I'm just over that trade. Again, we don't want that. I wanted it to hit with the news. I still think it might, but just not worth it. Coca-Cola, man, I should have took that put when I told y'all yesterday. They were hoeing that. AG? Oh, if Pakistan, right when I read that, I was like, nah, I don't like agriculture. But you're right, with a global event, maybe. It might be. I would have to look into it, but if you have the time, I would look into that more. You might be onto something. It just all depends how that situation plays, though. That's why I said right now it's like escalating, but it hasn't reached the point where everybody in America talks about it, but we'll see. And then Atlanta Fed GDP minus 2.5 versus 2.2 previous. I'm not playing AbbVie earnings, no. They don't really move a lot on earnings. Oh, is Airbnb today? The premiums are up, though. Google and Intel. Intel, I want to play Intel, but it's terrible for earnings. But one of these earnings, Intel is going to move. Even if it does move, they always cuck. It's at the same spot as the last one. Remember, when Liputan came in, they were up another, 20%? I've been saying AbbVie, oh my gosh. Oh man. That means they won't give me the gains, right? Oh, fuck. So I didn't pronounce it right, so I can't get the money now, huh? Oh, fuck. Damn, bro. That sucks. That sucks. Yeah, no, and I could tell you're trying to help. Yeah. Because that affects my profit. I didn't know that. That's good to know. It's good to know. Wow. The business? I don't recall seeing that. The last one I saw, unless I already responded, but I don't remember that one. I'll take a look after the bell. I know. I appreciate it. I do. You don't sound dumb. I don't want to sound dumb. Because if I said the name wrong, I would sound dumb. But if I put it on everyone's radar 6 years ago at 7% yield, that's stupid. Yeah, the pronunciation would make you look smarter. Thank you. We need more people like you. It's awesome. Yeah, he's so right. Dude, TMC, we got the ghetto spread. I'm just tempted to take another one, but I think they're trying to scam us. You could make money and not know how to read? Yeah, no, dude. It doesn't. I'm agreeing with you. Why are you being so mean to me? I think we might have news. You are getting the pop, but be on watch. Man. He's gifted and it shows. I mean, I don't know. All I did was agree with him, but he just keeps getting more and more aggressive. I don't know. I'm like, wow, like, thanks for letting me know. All right. All I've done is agree, and then he's just, I've been called ignorant, dumb. I'm like, oh my goodness. All right. Well, U.S. Post Office notice on some China tariff levels. Hey, yo, watch out. That might be a lowering. So if that's going to be positive, they're lowering it. Be on watch, my friends. Oh, yo. Yeah, and then Pinduoduo. Watch Pinduoduo because they're moving too. U.S. notice applies to low-value imports from China and Hong Kong. Yeah, that's it. So coming out, though, you got news on Hong Kong levies or the Asian levies from the U.S. Postal Service. Mm-hmm. I'm being sarcastic and condescending. Chill out. You've been all I've done is agree with you, brother. Okay? And you have called me names. And if you followed me for years, I think you're lying about that, respectfully, because then you would know exactly that's why everyone's having a lot of fun with this, except for you, I think. But, yeah. So just, I don't know what to tell you. I agree with you. What do you want me to do? I don't know if do I have to give you want money? Can I give you money? Will that make you chill out, or that's it? You're not lying? Well, maybe you're not a liar, but if you've been here for years. But yeah, I have. I'm sorry. That part, just the back and forth with you is now just too much, brother. So have a good day. Thank you for your time. China Shenzhou manned space docks with space station. Xinhua. It's been years of this, I know. Years. Didn't block yet. I mean, I was just agreeing with him, and he kept getting mad at me, and then he just docked. So, and then right when another Chad was like, hey, it's getting distracting, I banned him. I didn't ban him until another Chad was bothered by it, so I had to. Unfortunately, I was okay with it, but you were disturbing others. Pepsi? Why are they dying? Oh, but no, my Coca-Cola. Fuckers. Apple Pop. Again, you have trade news. Trump says He'll meet with Atlantic's Jeffrey Goldberg today. So I think Trump is talking somewhere. I put out the stream. I said, watch Spy and Pinduoduo because of the Trump news. But you are going to start getting statements now. You missed a couple of. They're all on Truth Social. Yeah, that one's right there. Atlantic, Jeffrey Goldberg, the editor of Atlantic, responsible for many fictional stories. Oh, shit. They're probably going to do something about the news then today. Yeah, that's the CEO of the Atlantic. Those are the guys who have put out the leaks of Hegseth, the articles on Trump. He's going to meet with him. That'll be fun. No, I think it was the Signal leaker. No, that reporter different, but it's the company, the same reporting or news agency at the Atlantic. Actually, I want to see that one. I think it might be time. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, you're going up. So ever since those Trump's talking somewhere, or no. He put out the Truth Social, but ever since, this happened a couple times. We get these headlines. You're making the move. You're still in meltdown mode. We're finally 2% now. So let's see. Amazon. Yeah, I don't want any of these. Energy Secretary Wright, tariff uncertainty is a short-term issue. My voice, the sinus. No, I went to a doctor. So he said I need to get a surgery. It cost $1 million. Can you help? I would, if you really do care, I need to start raising money for my voice surgery because I put 1,600 hours a year in talking, and then I don't even pronounce the words correctly, so I wasted a lot there. But if you do care, you could donate through YouTube right now. We need to raise the funds for my voice surgery. So thank you, because you guys have shown a lot of genuine concern. So if you really do want to take it to the next level, we are raising money for my voice. But other than that, I will try the honey and everything else. We've been trying. Yeah, you could get a membership too, but I won't know if you're doing it for my voice or not. So separate would be preferred. Thank you. I love you too. Thank you. I like the TLT puts for the idea of the bonds breaking still. Unfortunately, that is still our situation. So even though we're better than the danger zone, even look at the market, I think the bonds are still broke. Wow, thank you. See, they care. Those people care. Wow. This is gracious. Everyone in a weird... It's weird. I haven't noticed it. I'm in an amazing mood. So, that's... it's kind of weird. But I hope you're having a good day. If you haven't had fun, then get a long term. Is it the FOMO? I mean, I have a long term. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean, FOMO? FOMO? Oh, God. Wow, they care. I guess not everybody cares. Some people say they care. Wow. Thank you. Oh, see, that's bad for my voice to yell like that. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my voice surgery. Thank you. It's sad because, like, in all honesty, I am probably going to need voice surgery, like, down the line. Like, I've already had serious discussions about this, though. You know that? Because one of my homies, his dad worked in, like, Hollywood. His dad is, like, really famous. And he was telling me, he was like, no, like, yeah. He's like, by the time you're like 50 or 60, with how much you talk, you're going to have to do something. So, yeah, it is actually like, it is. I never thought about it till my voice got fried. Bro, it's crazy. I never thought about it until like I did 5 years of just talking. Keep it going. We just start now. Nah, I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off. That's how I did it with the hernia. I hate the doctor. Like, I hate the fucking, I don't even want the hair surgery. I said, I'm fine. I'll look like I'm 20 years older. I'm going to make this a new trend. I'll do anything. Yo, Christina. She knows the truth. Bro, castor oil. Yeah, everywhere. I'm not going, is this bad if I tell you now? I don't want to tell you. I don't want to tell you guys. You could blame Christina. It's going to get weird. Dude. Like every other night, bro, I just rub my whole entire body in castor oil. It's so good for you. You know that? Castor oil is the go. It's the secret. It is. It really is. It's so good for inflammation and like everything. Everything. I've had random like skin problems and I throw my own Diddy party. Yeah, I do, bro. With castor oil. I really do, bro. It's disgusting because it doesn't feel good. It's like sticky and you're like, ugh. And it does not feel good, but no, bro, it works anywhere. And if you have any like skin, like if you have a weird rash, cold rash, whatever it is, bro, castor oil every night, bro, and just sleep with it on and you'll be surprised, bro. Trump is about to go live. I'm getting it queued up. I know. I could talk about rubbing oil on my body and get the news at the same time. I have been blessed. But yeah, I think he might be. I have a feed, but I don't know if it's actually legit. And we have Energy Right Secretary Wright talking now. And then I don't know, you guys see that? CoreWeave is dumping. I gotta check if there's a headline there. Wait, hold on. You guys have some pressing castor oil questions, but hold on. I don't see anything on CoreWeave. That's big. It looks like they're at an event or something. But then again, just like today, you'll get the whole hide ticker printing and then nothing will happen. No. Castor oil. No, not Castrol oil. That's a brand of motor oil. No, please do not rub your body in fucking motor oil. No. Like a castor bean. It's actually terrifying if I tell you the history. He said, too late. You know the sound it makes when you put the oil in the car and you let it go, blah, 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 you just drinking it. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, no, castor. So castor, Castor. Castor oil, not Castrol. This is not NASCAR. Yeah, but dude, do you know what's crazy about it? So do you know castor, like the castor oil, it comes from a bean, but do you realize That is how you make ricin. I don't think I should tell you guys this. I was blown away. I didn't realize it. It's actually insane, yeah. Isn't that nuts? So castor oil, is it the castor bean or is it, I think it's a right? Yeah, castor bean. It comes from a castor bean. But that same bean, you could either turn it into oil or it turns into a damn, like, demolishing agent. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, it's very toxic, but it's also very helpful. But depending on how you make it. That is the difference. Carney says Trump remarks are proof Canada old relationship is over. Bro, you're not even the president. Who are you? He is live, but yeah, Trump, I don't see Trump. I see Carney.
An ambitious company with plans to compete in new markets. And that's the confident and Canadian way to deal with the crisis that we're in, a crisis which very much continues. Just yesterday, President Trump repeated his attacks on Canada. He said he doesn't want Canada, I'm quoting, to play any part in the American auto industry. So I'll be equally clear. This is Canada. We decide what happens here. Yesterday was more proof, as if any were needed, that the old relationship with the United States is over. And proof that we need to chart a new path. As I've been saying, this is a tragedy, but it's also our new reality. President Trump has been attacking Canada, America's closest ally, America's closest partner. Il menace nos entreprises, il menace nos travailleurs, il menace les économies de nos retraités. And President Trump, what he wants to do is to divide us because that makes his job easier. He's trying to break us so that
literally it makes this guy's job easier. He's trying to get elected.
Now, as I've said repeatedly, and I hear back from Canadians, that will never happen. Canada is fighting back with counter tariffs of our own, which will cause maximum damage in the United States with having only minimum impact here in Canada. And we're returning all of those proceeds from those tariffs to protect our workers and the businesses that are most affected by the trade war. And taking inspiration from AMCO, we are building the future. My government has anticipated the depths of this crisis. A few weeks ago, before the U.S. auto tariffs were put in place, we created a $2 billion strategic response fund that will fortify the entire Canadian auto supply chain, from raw materials to finished vehicles. We're investing in the future of the auto industry by building an all-in-Canada network for auto parts manufacture. And we're developing new markets with reliable partners. We are preparing to build our critical minerals industry. We're developing our leadership in clean energy and clean tech. Nous travaillons en partenariat avec les provinces, les territoires et les communautés autochtones pour accélérer la réalisation de projets majeurs. Ensemble, nous allons bâtir l'économie la plus forte du G7, l'économie indépendante des États-Unis.
I swear I heard that in there too, bro. I was about to go make my translation comments, and I was like, what the fuck did I just hear, bro?
For you,
I heard maple hatchback.
With me for positive
kind of sound
reasons.
Dope. I'm not going to lie to you, man.
Regardless of
Russia,
which
Novak
party you
needs
voted
Iranian
for
oil minister.
Because this is a time for serious leadership of a united country. We need to come together so we can fight President Trump together. We can control our economic destiny with the right plan. Because in a crisis, plan beats no plan. And to succeed in a crisis, you need to act with overwhelming force. to overcome the anxieties that people naturally feel, to break through the fog of uncertainty that businesses face, and above all, to replace what the crisis is taking away. In a crisis as the private sector retreats, government needs to step up to provide direction, to drive action, and catalyze investment. And that's what our plan to build Canada strong will do. Building Canada strong in the face of the Trump tariffs begins with building housing that is affordable. Sur la question de logement, mon gouvernement va voir en grand. Nous avons l'objectif de construire un demi-million de logements par année, 2 fois plus qu'aujourd'hui. C'est le plan de construction de logements le plus ambitieux depuis la Deuxième Guerre mondiale. We will build homes you can afford to buy, homes that are more sustainable and cost less to live in, homes made using Canadian ingenuity, Canadian labor, Canadian products, including softwood lumber and mass timber, houses that are Canadian to the core. The first part of our plan is to create an entirely new entity, Build Canada Homes, to develop new affordable housing projects. We're going to get the government back.
I'm playing
into
this as
the
I wait
business
for
of
Trump.
building affordable homes and provide billions of dollars in financing for affordable home
These
building.
guys are so boring.
And we will catalyze a whole
I need
new
some.
housing industry.
I tell
with
you,
decent-
Canada's stupid. They're stupid, stupid people. Maybe we'll do a deal. I don't know. What's next? Who's up? Who's next? Say your question. That's a good question. Could have been better. Let's go. What do we got? I don't know. Maybe we'll have a deal. Who knows? I like deals. Everyone likes deals. You got to do a deal. Stupid, stupid people. Yeah, I don't know. I'm like, man, this doesn't hit the same.
was originally introduced in the
But then again, with the S&P down 15%, these type of pressers are what keeps you, you know what I'm saying? You like, it's not as entertaining, but guess what? Definitely not as volatile. Definitely not as volatile.
They build economic strength at home, and they build negotiating leverage with the Americans. Now,
Yeah, that's why I told
But
you
we're
guys the
building homes.
India stuff. It's starting
we
to
also have to
escalate.
build safety
It's not good
at
if we
home.
get another conflict.
Misguided American policies backed by President Trump are not only threatening our economy, they're also threatening the safety of our communities. Criminals are taking advantage of irresponsible American gun laws and their weak border enforcement to bring illegal guns into Canada. So we're taking action. While criminals are trying to illegally import guns from the United States to Canada, Pierre Poilievre is trying to import US-style gun laws to our country. But you can't be serious about being tough on crime if you're not willing to be tough on guns.
Yo, you know what I just
You
realized?
can't be serious about stopping intimate partner violence without
I'm sorry,
being serious
Canada,
about
but what the
gun
fuck are you saying? Because, like, this is your currency, Canadians. Low-key, do you not realize that this good old partnership with the U.S. made you guys lose half of your value of your dollar? And that now you actually got like 10% back? I'm very confused. Why are they? Because they're getting all mad and like defending you now, but they just watched your guys' fucking value evaporate and they ain't ever do shit until now. I'm sorry. So yeah,
gun
but I don't
control
know.
measure
So I'm like, this is Canada,
decades-long
right?
Career in the
Yeah,
House.
Trump says he thinks Russian Putin will listen to him on
Crucially.
striking Ukraine.
We will also help tackle the toxic drug crisis head on. Because we
I know, but
that the
like, that's what I'm
current
saying.
approach is
Where are my
working.
Canadians at? Because I feel for you, bro. Dude, Canadians in the last 4 years have lost so much purchasing power. You don't remember that? That's why I'm like, wait a minute. Is that what you guys want more of? Or what's because so far as our markets came down, you have gotten back some of your currency strength. Remember, Canada wasn't always this weak relative to the U.S. You know what I'm saying? Like most of my life, there was closer parity between the loonie and the dollar. You get what I'm saying? So but the last 4 years, you guys lost almost half of your value. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We had the stronger dollar, but dude, they got punished. Like, some people in Canada benefited off of it, but if you weren't getting that government money and you weren't getting the certain trade stuff, you were just getting your money wiped out being Canadian. So that's why I'm like, it's kind of odd, some of the outrage and reactions when, you would argue that the citizens of Canada have gotten richer than losing their purchasing power as of late. So, I don't know. I think it's interesting.
To the Emergency Treatment Fund to support municipalities, Indigenous peoples, and community healthcare organizations to confront the toxic drug crisis head on, and to connect more people to treatment and vital services faster. We're also establishing a permanent youth mental health fund that will provide 100,000 young people every year with mental health care. Because mental health and addiction are deeply interlinked. We need to tackle the sources of this crisis, not just the symptoms. Il faut faire en sorte que les jeunes Canadiennes et Canadiennes restent loin de la criminalité. Il faut s'assurer qu'ils ont tout ce qu'il faut pour grandir en santé et réussir à l'école. C'est pourquoi les programmes pour les garderies, les repas à l'école et les soins dentaires et la construction de logements abordables sont aussi importants. Il faut aussi orienter les jeunes vers des vraies opportunités de réussite. Nous allons le faire appuyant les programmes et les initiatives autochtones qui permettent de le faire.
Trump to target Act Blue presidential memorandum.
Spécialisé en investissant dans la formation.
You just send me that in Canadian dollars?
With our plan, we'll ensure that Canadians are safer, that our borders better protect
We
us
do have a
from
lot of
guns,
Canadians, yeah.
from crime and toxic drugs. We will end the housing crisis while building an entirely new industry based on BC technology, skilled workers, and lumber.
I don't believe him.
We will build Canada's strong.
I like know Canadian real estate, but I don't. I don't know, man.
And with that, I'd be pleased to take your questions. Thanks.
Thank you, Prime Minister. We'll start
All right,
with
so
the
who
delegation.
are you Canadians? Who are you voting for?
Florence.
Let's see then. I didn't realize we got a decent amount of Canadians.
Monsieur Carney, pourquoi vous avez dit que Monsieur Trump a respecté la souveraineté
You're voting
du
for
Canada
Carney?
durant votre appel alors qu'il a évoqué le 51e État?
Conservative? Who's the conservative?
Soyons clairs.
I don't even know the conservative's name.
Je suis toujours clair avec tout le monde.
Pierre, it's Pierre. I remember that. Yeah, right? Pierre.
Au public,
Pierre.
au privé,
Hey, yo,
y
Pierre, you
compris
want
le
to come
président,
inside?
qui soulève cette question, que cela n'arriverait jamais. Cela n'arriverait jamais. Et le président et moi, nous avons convenu que le Canada et les États-Unis commenceront des négociations en ce qui concerne nos relations économiques
Okay, you're about to break out again.
et sécuritaires, étant nation souveraine après l'élection. Et les commentaires du président hier soulignent l'importance du choix pour les Canadiens.
Okay, but we're still at this level, though. The higher we go, the better, but
dans l'élection. Qui peut
it's still below 2% now. So SPY's doing better than the NASDAQ.
au président Trump?
Mais qu'est-ce que vous lui avez répondu à Monsieur Trump durant votre appel quand il a parlé du 51e État? Qu'est-ce que vous lui avez dit?
Je dis à tout le monde, y compris le président, ça n'arriverait jamais.
Next question.
Prochaine question.
Prochaine question.
To be clear, as I've said to anyone who's raised this issue, in private or in public, including the president, that it will never happen.
Okay, you're running. Remember, Trump, there was a couple of comments earlier, but Every single
in the
Trump
United States,
comment
as
has started a
sovereign
little
nations,
baby wave.
would begin negotiations on our economic and security relationship following the federal election. And I think the president's comments yesterday, and
bro, it looks so big, but it's not.
And before that, just underscore how important the choice that Canadians have on Monday. Who can stand up to President Trump? Who can build Canada strong?
He kind of does sound like Obama.
In order to do that.
But it's not cool because it's not Obama. Like, he doesn't. Obama had swag, bro. That's what I told. When Obama, like, he was eloquent. He was like cool. Like, I don't know. This guy remind me of like Jerome Powell and Obama at the same time. And it's not. It doesn't give me like.
The president brings this up all the time. He brought it up yesterday. He's brought it up before. There's a difference between.
He doesn't have Riz. Yes, he has no charisma.
That was held between leaders of government, which was.
Sadly, I think that is what is missing. I genuinely believe that's all that's missing with this guy. If he had a little bit more Riz, I think I would be down, bro. But he doesn't. Yeah, he's lacking that. Need a little bit more. He doesn't do it for me, no. I'm not like annoyed at him.
That's what the president.
But then again, I'm not into Canadian politics. Like, I thought Trudeau was chill for a little bit. I was like, whatever. You guys got good real estate. Why not? But I don't really know how it works out there, man. But it's, yeah, I don't know. He doesn't, like, rub me the wrong way. But I don't know. It's not my fucking country. You guys should learn from that. You guys notice something? I don't live there. Okay? I don't live in Canada. I'm not Canadian. So it doesn't fucking matter what I think about Carney. Okay? Just thought I'd throw that out there for anybody who wants to weigh in on politics they're not a part of.
That's why we have the plan that we do.
I asked you about this on March 28th after the call, and you said that President Trump respected Canada's sovereignty both privately and in his public conversations.
He did.
Were you being truthful?
He absolutely did. He absolutely did. Look, the president has certain things in his mind that he reverts back to all the time. But treated me as the prime minister, not as something else. I'm not even going to say the word he used to use about my predecessor. Treated me as the prime minister.
He's like, I'm not even. He called me a prime minister and not a governor. Okay? So that means a lot to me.
After the election on Monday. And that is how it was reported back, and that's
this is Donald Trump,
so
man.
That's the treatment. Now, the
Donald fucking.
says lots
I
of
told
things,
you, bro.
But the essence of
the problem with Donald Trump is that he's ridiculous, but then he gets everybody else to sound just as ridiculous. Because now this guy, he's like, well, he didn't call me a name.
Things.
That was literally his answer. He's like, well, he didn't call me.
And the president,
the governor, and I think
own us.
So
those aren't just words. That's a desire, and the ability of Canada to stand strong, build our own, control our destiny, and in that context, as a sovereign nation, have those discussions.
Prochaine question. Next question. In respect to your colleagues, next question.
Jerome Bomb. No, it'd be Barack Powell. Barack Powell.
La même question, en effet. Mais c'est déjà fait. C'est déjà traduit, je crois.
Next question.
Hi, Mr. Carney, Mackenzie Gray with Global News. I think you've ducked Ashley and Laurence's question, so I just give you one opportunity.
And then look, you guys remember earlier that little random bond dump? You're getting a random bond pop and 7-year auction in 3 minutes. Or 30 minutes, not 3. A little bit more. I think this guy is projected to win. I haven't even seen the other guy.
Il a soulevé beaucoup d'enjeux, mais la discussion au sein, c'est une discussion de pays souverains. Sorry, Mackenzie, I should be answering you in English. Him raising something, and then where the discussion is, he has these things in his mind. This is not news. He raises it all the time. Okay? But then the question is, what's going to be done with it? And does he understand where we stand, but more particularly where I stand? He is under no illusions. Never. Absolutely not.
Never.
Move on. It's two sovereign nations coming together, negotiating our partnership, our relationship. And the question is,
and that's by far the more important element right now. I'm saying we can save thousands of people, and I don't like that it takes long at all, but I think they both want to make peace. I do believe so. There's a lot of hatred there. There's a lot of very bad blood, a lot of distrust, but I think I hope we're gonna get there for the sake of a lot of young people that are dying.
Mr. President, do you have a deadline?
There's going to be Norway here,
I
too.
have my own deadline. I have my own deadline.
I have my own deadline.
To be fast, and the Prime Minister is helping us. He wants it to be fast, too. And I think everybody in this, at this time in NATO, they want to see this thing happen.
That's what I'm talking
so
about.
We have a deadline.
I have my own deadline.
After that, we're going to have a very much different attitude. But I think it has a very good chance of getting done.
Okay, high tickers on full gas.
Important ally to the U.S. What can Norway do?
Just keep doing what they're doing. We have a very good relationship.
Keep buying stocks,
with
Norway.
Great leader, great people. I know many of the people in Norway, and it's truly
You're close. Remember, 545.
So
we've been saying that for a
all
while.
All they have to do is keep doing what they're doing. I think is probably the best answer I can give. Yeah.
As you pointed out, the former Secretary General of NATO is here.
Yes.
Mr. Stoltenberg, how important is the NATO defense alliance, Mr. President? Is it sacrosanct from your perspective?
Well, it's a very interesting question. It's certainly very important for Europe, and I think without us it wouldn't be as nearly as powerful. And as the former Secretary General, who did a great job, can tell you, I played when I was there a very big role in making sure that NATO is funded by the 28, at that time they had 28 countries, including us, because many of the countries weren't paid, and they ended up being paid, you would say, and the Secretary General was very, very nice about it, as far as I was concerned. Other presidents went in, they made a speech, and they left, and that kept going on, and, in the meantime, they had no money. And the United States was paying far more than its fair share. You could say that they were paying, I actually said sometimes it looked like 100%, and it was unfair. And the two of us worked very well together, and we took care of the situation.
Yo, Bungie.
Yeah, please.
That's food related. BG. It's slow, but it's moving there at the high.
Yeah, well, with the United States, almost everybody has a surplus. It's really an amazing phenomenon. No, there's a surplus of a couple of $2 billion, I think you have with us. I congratulate you. That's very good. We got to get a little bit of that for ourselves, maybe. But they do have a surplus. Norway has a surplus.
In the current tariff situation, analysts have pointed out that the U.S. actually need allies. Do you consider Norway as a possible ally in the situation?
I think Norway's always been an ally. They've been somebody we've been very close to, very friendly with. Maybe more so now with me than other people, but I think Norway's always been a great ally, yeah. Norway's been a friend.
That's a very strange question, actually, because the U.S. is our lead ally, and we build on a relationship we will talk about now, Mr. President.
Yeah.
It's of high relevance, and I'm very happy that we have secure state and secure defense.
Right.
So this is a very strong tie.
But it was a question about ally in the tariff situation specifically.
Tariff situation?
Yes.
Oh. Well, that's we're talking about a little bit different subject then. We're talking about a different type of ally. No, in this case, he would be very much inclined to be an ally of Norway because he wants to make the best business deal possible. And Norway and the Norwegians are great business people. They're great traders. They're great, very smart nation, very well-managed nation, has been for a long time, and in particular now with this leadership. But we'll be talking about trade and other things, and I think we're going to come to a conclusion
the fucking sovereign wealth fund. Come on.
Mr. Prime Minister, I was wondering whether you think that Donald Trump, for his effort in
Net.
deserves to be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize.
Well, I salute President Trump for having been taking very important initiatives to get this conflict towards an end which both parties deserve. We need to have a ceasefire, save lives, move towards something which is more secure for Europe, for the people concerned. And on that we work together. And I look forward to go into some details because we are at a critical moment. On that price, that is a committee taking care of that, which is completely working on its own.
Hey, yo, that's how my hair look. Yo, I have that. That's what I got. I got the little thing in the middle, in the bald in the back.
Yeah, please.
A question on China. Can you clarify with whom the U.S. is speaking with China? They're saying it's...
Okay, they like that China comment. There's a China comment in there.
This morning, so I can't tell you. It doesn't matter who they.
Literally speaking with them this morning.
Later, but they had meetings.
So you're
this
getting
morning,
the little
and we've
pop
been
there. You're gonna get a
meeting
reaction.
with China, and so I think you have Jeff as usual. I think you have your reporting wrong. Thank you very much. We'll see you.
Oh, they're ending.
We'll see you
He said he
inside.
got it
Thank
wrong.
you.
Yeah, dog. Stop it. Okay, that got weird. So literally, he just said they talked to China, and then he said something about you got it wrong. So, because I think they said that they weren't talking. So yeah, he's fucking with them, but you're probably gonna have another China headline. All right. Oh yeah, we're gonna go cheap ones, super cheap. I'm gonna put $50 down. I'm not going for dailies though. You might want a little I think you're gonna hear about this tonight. I'm confused too. Make no mistake. But what I think here, follow. I'll talk you. Let me stream alert this, and then I'll talk you through it. Is that a dog barking? Someone's in my house. Is Pinduo Duo? Yeah, that first one, if you got the spy call on that other one, that would have worked. But I'm going really, really small. I gave a call, but the whole logic is this. This is what happened. This morning, they were like, China rejected, there's no talks of China. He was just asked about it right now, and then he's saying, we're going to talk about it. And then he said, you got your reporting wrong. So I'm going to take the risk that I feel like Donald Trump is going to come out randomly and say, no, we actually talked. Maybe we talked. I never said that. So, yeah, but either way, I think that'll be a source of volatility. So I threw $50 down on it, but I'm not confident enough. Yeah, he said there was a meeting this morning. Yeah. Yeah, so there it is. No, they're hitting that again on the wire. Literally, there was a meeting this morning, and that's why he said, yeah, you got it wrong. Because they, like I said, so I think I'm right, but I don't know how much follow-through. Does that make sense? Because like I'm telling you, in the morning, all the reporting said no, 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 no. And he's just saying, you're wrong. No, we did meet. So I think you're going to hear about this in the next coming days. I don't know if it was wrong or fake news, but it's on par with what we've been doing. No? Literally, like, just think the Powell stuff, now replace it with China. That's it, you know? I didn't say that. I said that maybe we will. I don't know. We'll see. So, yeah. I don't think a country is you guys. I mean, I think yesterday was your best example of it, and some of you are not going to want to hear this, but the sad reality is that everybody is lying. Why don't you guys? How come you haven't figured that out yet? Why do you guys keep pointing the finger and being like, he's lying? My guy's legit. No, he's not. Literally, Wall Street Journal lied yesterday. Reuters lied a month ago 5 times. CNN, WAPO, all of it. You know what I'm saying? So, unfortunately, it's just like, that's what I'm saying. You either do nothing and protect yourself until you have a clear-cut answer. But if you want to play all the rumor shit, I would just try to get your money and protect yourself and watch out on the whole pointing the finger thing, because I could honestly say objectively there is a lot of misinformation or withholding information on every single side. And I don't know why we're acting like that's not apparent. And yesterday was a great example with the Wall Street Journal and then Politico. These moves were all off of news agencies. Trump was here. So I don't know what to tell you guys. Again, even the Wall Street Journal and Powell, that was all Thursday to Monday. That was all just reporting. So we're getting a lot of info, and it's just getting, everybody is either half-truth, lie, withholding, and then we're playing this game. So that's why just protect yourself and go slow. That's what I was saying yesterday. The watch list about yesterday was just how unnecessary yesterday really was. Yesterday was just old news. We made 4% on old news. It's a weird, that's why I'm like, some of you guys, I understand your frustration. I'm not trying to fucking convert you to a Republican, but I am hoping that you could just save your money, though. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to make this market destroy you, and you don't need to be frustrated when, unfortunately, everybody has an incentive to just BS you and look at the volatility. So I would just take it slow and wait for the easy ones and the clear-cut ones, and don't let the emotions get to you so much. What? Why are you being mean to him in the Twitch? Why are you telling him fries in the bag? You have to apologize, unless are you guys friends, or why are you being mean to him for that comment? What? Next level, I think it's 545.70. I want to get past 545.70. That's one of my levels. And then 549.50 or 549.70. You were going to do it? Wow. I was going to ban him. I just wanted to know why he said that to you. That was weird. Yeah, I didn't think that was too crazy of a comment. That's why I'm like, all right. Word, all right. Oh, you warned him? Fuck a warning. This is Egypt out here. You don't get a warning. That's what my mom told me. So, yeah, just try to be nice. Bro, I got a good play, but they didn't run that one. Weird. But, yeah, get ready. You're in melt up. Oh, yeah, those plays went up, too. The SPY one. They're cheap, though. I did not go big. Yeah, Airbnb, yeah, and Hilton. That's weird. Travel names are all going up. Yeah, every travel name just popped. The SPY should have been out there, yeah. 9:29 a.m. 7 minutes ago. All right, bro. You're running. Now it's getting bigger, but it's slow. We've just been one way all day, going straight up. Gradual. You're now past 2%. Let's see if this SPY could do it. But you guys realize we haven't done this since the election, right? This will now be 3 green days in a row over like 1%. You haven't had that all year. You know that, right? So this is kind of tripping me out. But yeah, it's holding for now, and I guess we still have 3 more hours. And stand up into a push-up. Woo! Airbnb. Yeah, all the travel plays just woke up like really big. Then everything is kind of going up. Yeah, the SoFi plays, those are still up a couple 100%. And then again, the SPY plays all working now. I mean, I don't know. Just keep it small and just remember, just like yesterday, this can all reverse at any given moment. Okay? Don't forget that. All right, I sold the rest of the Bosches at 100% or 50. Just closed on my first piece of property. Wow, very good, but be careful, man. You know, like I said, buying land for your first one is a hard task, but I hope it works out. Email. I'm not giving you a discount on Stream Alerts. That's why you haven't got a response. I don't care if you were trying to buy it earlier. I'm glad you got a house, but you have a house. You could afford it. So you'll be fine. But I would not buy Stream Alerts. You don't need it. I need to get – it sucks. I was about to take down Stream Alerts today, but if I take it down, all the discounts I gave for the game people would be nulled. So I feel bad. I don't want to do that to them, but – I am going to close it temporarily. Like I said, I don't want to influence you guys. Someone's like, why do you still have it? I'm like, you know what? You're right. I don't want to deal with it. And it's just get a long term. You'll make money. If you're already on Stream Alerts, I'll honor it. But, yeah, I'm not. It's just at this point, you guys got to lock in, take care of yourself, and protect yourself, okay? You need to stop. You don't need to chase a gamble or anything, and there's a lot that goes into it. But, you know, just what's yours is yours. Maybe you're somebody else then. But somebody kept asking me for a Stream Alerts thing, and I'm like, no, dude, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not trying to. But, yeah, I'm not checking emails during the market. So, yeah, I'll check later, though. But I appreciate you if it wasn't one of those comments. I was saying that the earlier today, you guys. There's a lot of people. Like, I even... like sometimes even like people will think I'm talking about them and I just don't think they've ever seen it from my side. So like they're like, why do you respond to this or why that or like a hater? But I'm like, I don't think you guys realize there's a lot. So that's why I don't look at my shit during the market anymore. It's just too much. And then like you may think that I care about a comment, but there's things where it's like I get sent it like 50 to 100 times. So that's why I like address it. Like even a hater, bro. I'm like, you're not the only one who hates me, bro. Believe me. But that's why it's like, man, there's just a lot. So, but it's good. I'm staying focused here on the market and it's been good. Why is this dog in my house? Dude, why are you here? No, that means my girlfriend dropped him off. Am I a Padres fan? Kind of. Okay. Sell the SPY plays. I'm out of them. It's literally like a 5% gain. I like the idea. We're just going to wait till the end of the day. But I don't think we can like ride those and hold. Unless it like really, really melts up. But I just remembered. We're only going to get clapped if we try to front run. Yeah, I just remembered. Because I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait, it's up. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking about tomorrow, but I'm like, we have a lot of time. They could just kill that, and then it'll be terrible, and it'll still hit tomorrow. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. We'll come back. Let's just revisit that idea at the end of the day. You sound tired today? No. I'm in a really good mood. You could ask everybody I didn't ban. I'm being dead serious, too. I just had a good leg day yesterday. I've been on one, bro. Most reliable source of headline news? I don't know. There's difference. Like Reuters has good headlines, but you should doubt them. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes they hit. It's a matter of having context and being able to know what really makes sense and what is really important, I would say. If you get banned, can you still watch the live? I think so, but if we go to members only, I don't know how it works. I go to the gym after the bell. Yeah, we'll save your off-topic questions for later, okay? I'll give you it. What was it? Oh. I had something. Richest man in Babylon. We might give it. I mean, anything could happen. Today it's a little bigger. It looked very slow in the morning. I still think it's slow, but it's moving bigger than I was expecting after the morning. I was open to a big day if it was gapping, but it didn't. But now it's moving it's like on the top end of my range, but it's still kind of slow. That's the part I don't like, because it's so slow that if we do get a 30-minute, a 1 hour window of going down, everything's going to stop. Believe me, you'll see it. So even then, good reminder, take some profits while you can. I haven't looked at volume. Oh, very low. What the fuck? 27 million. Halfway through the day. Costco, no, I don't like Costco for earnings. I tell you guys this every time, because Costco is a very weird company for earnings, because they release a quarterly update like 2 weeks ahead of their earnings. So they already gave their like sales numbers, and then they just report like margins and other things. So it's just not like an earnings play. If they have it coming up, I don't play them for earnings ever. Oh, not for just in general. I like it if you bring it down, but I ain't touching it up here. One of the best companies in the world, though. Big fan. But, you know, I'll root for you, but I ain't buying it now. Like, look at Netflix. You guys know we own Netflix? You guys know that, right? So do you know in our YouTube account we own Netflix? I can't look at that. That's a good company. You know what I'm saying? It's a good, just like Costco. Yeah, but we didn't buy it out here, so we gotta get it at a low price one of these days. And if we don't, that'll be fine. Got 0.5, hey, that's enough. Half a share of Netflix could buy you like what, 50 shares of Intel? Appraisal 20% higher than the offer? Oh, dude, fire. Make the money on the buy. I love it. I love it. That's good, bro. Yeah, man. Real estate. Oh, that's it. I should forget. We need to talk about the real estate thing because at the beginning of the year, I was telling you all, and you guys are really excited. Then market goes down 15%. Some people are like, So, yeah, don't forget, your long terms are still green. You know that, right? Make no mistake. Right? Your long term is still up on the year. If you have a portfolio that looks like our model, you are green on 2025. So, you still can turn it into a house. And just don't forget about that. But I like it. You guys have been shopping and finding some. So don't forget about that. Yeah, damn. Yeah. The small account is doing way better. The big account is back to green. The small account is up 10% still. Year to date. That's insane. Because it has a couple of growth winners, but damn. So, yeah. But look, this is a house still. That's your down payment, like I told you. So keep hunting. You're doing it. You're shorting gold. Where's the dollar? Yeah, if the dollar comes up, I think that'll work. But good luck. I'm not touching it. It's just on this channel. So we've had the original video in this description. And then if you follow me on any social media, you should see the account. So if you go to this channel and hit posts, every time I make a play, I post it. Even I did back-to-back plays. I posted them back-to-back. So you could see it organized by size. That's the big account. That's the smaller account. And that's the smallest one. And then again, if you go to my Twitter, it's on there. And then if you go to my Instagram, you will notice there's videos with what I bought. But yeah, so any of my social media, you will find the long term. Land, I'll take a look later. Into a trust? Yeah, it's not a bad idea. It's actually a great idea. Just make sure you know how a trust works and if it's, again, irrevocable and how it operates because it could change things. But, yeah, it's not a bad idea. I'm a big fan of trusts. That is enlisted. Yeah, bro. I'm still well in the game, so if any of you want to sell a house, I'm buying off market. And if you find me an off market house and I buy it, I will pay you. So I'm a big fan. It needs to be a good deal. That's it. And if you need help with valuing your home, I'll just tell you. And you guys sent me some good ones for you, and I'll let you know. If you think it's a deal, I'll just tell you to take it. But at the end of the day, yeah, I'm working in real estate every day. So I'm not it's turning into a buyer's market. That's why I'm very there's been some areas are very surprising. But a lot of like Cali, dude, there's been some fire ass deals. Am I buying Camaros? No, but I want a classic. I want to buy an old school. I have been thinking about that. You don't need cash. You need hustle. You need drive. That's it. I'm telling, again, what Chad sent me a house off market the other day, potentially $100,000 equity. I told him, negotiate and take it. That's so you don't need a lot of money if you could get a good deal. That's what I was saying with the long term. Again, if you have a job, you could get a crib with $9,000. Without a job, you're going to need like 20, 30K for the 20% down or even 10% down, depending on what type of property we want. O2 dude, don't you have that other car you got hella cheap too? Fox body, bro. O2s are nice. If you freelance, I would start paying yourself. If you freelance, make a corporation and start paying yourself a W-2. So then that way you could build up your income. But you can, if you have a business with good bank accounts and you have good financial records of money, you could always use that as a business loan. Those work. Dude, Pepsi and then Coca-Cola's up. It's really weird. Now Coca-Cola's coming up or coming down. Oh, yeah, 7 minutes. Bond auction. I want in New Jersey. Email me, tradingfraternity@gmail.com. Corporation or LLC, all depends on what you're doing, but those questions are going to be better answered by the guy looking at your business and numbers, not the guy on YouTube. Any good tax person worth their salt will look at your shit and tell you. And same thing. If you don't know the answer to that, you should have a tax person that will be able to guide you, knowing what your business is, where it's domiciled, what you engage in, and what you're trying to do. And TLT is ripping. So here's the deal. For the bond auction, it's the same as all the other ones. We're going to get a when issued, and then if it's higher, that's bad, and then if it's lower, that's good. So same thing. The first bond auction this week on the short end was bad. Yesterday, 5-year auction was good. So we'll see. It could get weird. Could affect bonds, but I don't know. Market's kind of in its own little world right now. Cruise stocks, I am not a fan. I've never been on a cruise in my life, so I just don't really have experience with it. Oh, I don't know if they'll throw. You were so right. That's the play for Intel. I don't know what's going to happen, but it will be the first report with the new CEO. So what's going to happen, he's either going to come out swinging or he's going to come out conservative and guide down. Does that make sense? Nike and Starbucks are your recent examples. Starbucks, first earnings, he comes out, he's like, guidance to the moon, stock rips. Nike, new CEO, comes in, he's like, it's going to take some time, stock dumps. So, yeah, I think that's going to be the real play for Intel earnings. CEO attitude and guidance, because it's a new CEO. Okay, SPY starting to curl up. Bro, those plays held. The little SPY front run plays held. I'm surprised. Oh, yeah, Snow, yep. They got cut in half. He's an activist. He might be an aggressive. I mean, he's not really kind of an activist. He is part of a fund, but he was just on the board of a lot of other chip companies. We close here, we start seeing cascade. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's going to get uncomfortable. If we close too high, everyone's going to start chasing. Then it'll get even crazier. And then you're still going to be vulnerable to a random dump off of bullshit. So I'm saying it's none of this is like, just remember when you move aggressive up or down for not like legit reasons, it's very tantrumy, and those emotional moves aren't gonna, it's just gonna be difficult. That's all. Yeah, just not healthy. Damn, that SPY play hit. The front run play is 50% now. That's crazy. So yeah, maybe I don't know. Some of these days, the wise decision might be unwise. Dude, at this rate, the long term will be back up to all-time highs in 3 days. So we'll see. Exactly. This is what we were saying yesterday. This sets up the buy high, sell low, because then it moves up. You're like, wow, relief. Okay, yeah. All right, let's chase it. Yeah, I don't want to miss out. And then it went up 10% off of nothing. And then everybody starts, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, dude, the front run's there. No, they're chasing it. Be careful. I gave you the play and I bitched out, but those plays should have died. They're going up another 10%. So, yalla. Yeah, and everything, bro. Pizza even. Yeah, even pizza. Everything is going up, man. And then you got more earnings. Dude, high ticker, fully gassed. 2 minutes till bond auction. You're glad? Well, let's go, baby. I mean, I'm glad we bought a little bit. I felt bad about it. But, at least we weren't too safe. We had to move a little bit, but I don't know. I had to buy my place. But I really wanted my cash. Buyer's remorse. Kind of. I just want the cash because I know there's so much time left. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's like walking around talking like they ran out of time. Meanwhile, I'm over here and I'm like, dude, this is so early. And I'm not saying like early for Bitcoin or, but like early in the sense of like, dude, we're going to be wherever we are by the end of the year. It's just like early. You know what I'm saying? Like, it is scarily, we're almost halfway done with the year, whether you realize it or not. But it's like there's a lot of time and a lot of questions. So that's all. I saw good deals. Like I told you on the watch list a couple weeks ago, every signal, the VIX, that like you should buy something. Usually, anytime you've gone this bad, some little buy usually pays off 12 months later. But at the end of the day, it's like I want cash because I'm like, it's early and all I did was buy stocks. So we'll see. But, all right, I'll fill in the wire. Let me know when you get a when issued. But, yeah, bond auction in play. There it is, 4121. So anything higher is bad and anything lower is good. And then we're going to go to Philo right after the bond auction. You see, I'm not a jackass and leaving right before. If I did, that would be a good sales tactic to get you to buy a membership, but I'll let you guys have the bond auction. But we are going to move to Philo afterwards. So if you want Philo, you'll need a membership. If you want off-topic questions, you'll need a membership. But other than that, we'll be back on around Power Hour after the bond auction. So get ready, though. 4121. Higher, bad, lower, good. Mm-hmm. TSM, a new 7 billion. Is that old? Sounds familiar, but I'll have to say. Okay, watch the wire. You'll see the numbers. They'll come out. LVS. Oh, Intel got it. 4123. 30% at the high, though. So slightly worse, but not that bad. Because, again, it was still like 50 billion at 7 years. Yeah. So that one was bad, but not too bad. I mean, 0.002 higher. 30% at high. We'll get the full details, but slightly bad, and bonds are catching a bit off of it. But yeah, dude, that's what I was saying the other day. I was like, bro, why are the short-term auctions doing bad and then the long-term ones are doing good? That's not normal. That's who you should really be asking. What? Where? Now, you got manipulation or who's coming in separately, but yeah, the long bond auctions, yeah, it could have been worse. There's money coming in. That does not meet the media narrative of foreigners and all these people dumping. Long story, but I temporarily have $80K for a year. What would you recommend I do? Did you steal this money? I've never had that question. What do you mean you temporarily have $80K for a year? How do you temporarily have that much money? What? Who did you rob? What do you mean, bro? I'm confused. Don't tell me you took a loan. You said pre-stolen? You want the long story? I don't. I just know it already kind of sound dangerous, but be careful. Because if it's temporary, I don't really have an answer for temporary, you know? Agents have been dispatched to your location. Is Trump live, or it might be a rerun? I think it might. I'll put up a feed, but yeah. Oh, soon. Yeah, he might speak again. You guys go tactical. You got it, baby. You're in there. So I appreciate you. Thank you for all the new members. We got RN, Tactical, Mac, Dr. Zapper. Woo! How do you get the other one? I haven't created it yet. We have to create a flex tier. I think some of you are looking for that. I didn't think there was that much demand, but there might be. All right. Please send an AI or DM whenever you're ready. Why are you so eager? Now I'm getting suspicious. It's like when girls like me. I don't trust them because I'm ugly and short. I don't believe you. I get suspicious. I'm like, you're way too eager for a lizard man. Calm down. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, wait a minute. Mm-hmm. You heard I was the truth? You know the truth. We know the truth, baby. Well, there you go. Either way. Well, you don't need a flex membership. You know, you'll be good. You'll be good. Mr. NBA 2K. I can. I bet you. I think I'm one of the only people in the world that could play 2K and get you news faster than a Bloomberg terminal. At the same time, I could play 2K while doing it. I'm playing right now. I just didn't tell you guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm not playing 2K. So, that being said, it's time to move on over. Time to move on over. Philo time. I just like the noise of the control copy. Game time. So, Chad, God bless you. And I keep forgetting, though, for real. I am going to talk about, like, Jesus and non-stock stuff. So, if you don't want that, don't join. Because we had to separate it because people couldn't handle it. So, I would love for you guys to be there, but just remember, we are doing something a little different, okay? But either way, if you don't have your membership, you will not be able to see it. And I will be back, though, for everybody about an hour before the bell. So I will see you there. God bless America. Thank you to the veterans, baby. For real. Big shout out to them. And I will see you guys in a little. And peace.